Going live.
You want me to post?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, do you have a link to that?
To what?
The link for our live stream.
I think it's just on the YouTube page.
Wow, somebody responded to the tweet with, "Pretty sure I can't go into my local library and occupy it until I decide I'm good and ready while armed." I feel like replying with "Tell that to the Black Lives Matter protesters who did that exact same thing."
I would. Yep. We are live on our YouTube channel.
Hey.
It feels weird.
All right. Let's see. No listener, no watchers.
So basically, we're just hanging out until.
Until people care. Yes. What the hell's or I have the link location.
Okay.
All right. So,
But yeah, Twitter's fun. See?
Douche Canoe Studio. How about we're live streaming a Google Hangout. Thus, we're live streaming a Google Hangout about hashtag Oregon under attack. I give the link and then tune in to give your thoughts in the chat. Hashtag free speech.
Works for me.
Oh, great. The response. You ready for this? Were they armed and inside and taking the whole entire building over, and skin color doesn't override legality, so I'd say the same. Well, at least he's agreeing with me that it's wrong. Okay, so do we have anybody who cares at all?
Yes, one viewer. Welcome, viewer.
Hey! Enable the chat.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me a minute.
Okay. Because we want these people to know that we listen and we care.
Yeah, we definitely want them to know that, but at the same time, since this was such a spur of the moment thing, thanks, Mo. It's gonna take me a minute to figure out how to do all this.
I love you, House.
You better love me long time, motherfucker.
Physically, if you'll have me. All right, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, or I guess the person who's listening to this, Oregon is going fucking crazy. What happened was, well, I've got the whole story written down here somewhere, but basically, to sum it all up, what happened was a bunch of two ranchers get arrested. These two ranchers get arrested for burning down 130 acres of federally owned land. No buildings, just trees, because it's Oregon. That's what they have. They have trees. These two ranchers were promptly arrested. The federal government said, well, they burned down the land to conceal poaching, which seems a bit excessive to cover up shooting a couple of deer. Call me crazy. They defended with, we were trying to prevent the encroachment of invasive species and to control wildfires. See, because for those of you who don't know a lot about how forestry works, the American government's idea of on forestry that we had to prevent all forest fires all the time was actually really bad because it turns out that forest fires were a natural way of sort of balancing the crazy overgrowth that forests go through. So you need a forest fire every once in a while.
Well, you need a control forest fire every once in a while. So that
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't need to burn down California or anything. I mean, burning down California would help, but
I was about ready to say, man, I wouldn't be opposed to. I wouldn't be opposed to burning down California.
all right. How are we doing for the chat? Are we enabled that or?
I'm working on it.
All right. So, if anybody would like to get involved in this chat and give their 2 cents on the matter, are we inviting people in?
If you, let me figure out how to get the chat before you start adding people to the call. No, don't make me have to come to Texas just to punch you directly in the crotch.
For those of you who don't tune into the podcast, I'm Mo. This is my buddy House. We run a podcast called Paddling the Douche Canoe.
Among others.
Oh, yeah. We also do one where we review movies. We play video games on our Douche Canoe Plays, which is on this YouTube channel if you want to check out any of our other videos. We do Douche Canoes of History, where we tear apart famous or not so famous assholes from history that you may or may not know of. And we drink a lot, like I'm doing right now. Because, hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that somewhere is Texas.
I was about to say it's 5 o'clock there right now. What are you saying? Somewhere.
Okay, so. All right, so I've got some articles on this. I'm going to read one from the Los Angeles Times while House is working on this. Sort of an in case you missed it thing. This is from the LA Times, posted today, of course. Law enforcement takes low-key approach as occupation continues at Oregon Federal Wildlife Refuge. Law enforcement agencies appeared to be taking a low-key approach Sunday towards a group of armed men who a day earlier seized control of the Malheur Federal Wildlife Refuge about 30 miles outside of town in protest of the federal prosecution of 2 ranchers. Seized makes it sound like there was somebody in the building. There wasn't. The building was empty. It was a weekend. It still is a weekend. There were no signs of confrontation at the small refuge headquarters building seized in what the protesters said was a bid to reclaim local control of federally managed land. Please maintain a peaceful and united front and allow us to work through this situation, Harney County Sheriff Dave Ward said in a statement. County officials announced that schools remained closed through the week pending a resolution. House, why would the schools be remaining closed? I have questions, and your microphone is off. I see how it is. All right, so continuing with this, he's probably busy. Yeah, I don't understand why the schools would remain closed through the week. Those leading what amounts to an armed occupation at these small remote buildings say they are the vanguard of a national movement to resist the government's ownership of vast stretches of land in the West. Well, the government does own vast stretches of land in the West. I actually think the federal government is the largest landowner west of the Mississippi. I will need to check that, though, as I am not sure. The move began Saturday after an earlier peaceful rally near Burns, where more than 150 people gathered in support of the ranchers who were facing additional jail time for arson. A small, armed breakaway faction then moved on the wildlife refuge, which was closed and empty. At least they mentioned that in the article. Good on ULA Times. Dozens of protesters who marched through the town of Burns called for the federal government to back down in its enforcement of public land regulation. We're here to stand up for our brothers and sisters and show the world, show America. You mess with us, you mess with all of us. Co-organizer Jeff Roberts told a gathering. This isn't an Oregon problem. This is a national problem, and it's happening everywhere, he said. Dwight Hammond, 73, and his son Stephen Hammond, 46, said they set fires in 2001 and 2006 to reduce the growth of invasive plants and protect their property from wildfires. The two were convicted of the arsons 3 years ago and served time, Dwight 3 months and then Stephen a year. It's perfectly reasonable. They said they had some reasons for starting some fires. They said, no, it's arson, you're going to jail for a bit. Here's where it gets fun. But a judge ruled their terms were too short under federal law and ordered them back to prison for about 4 years each. Hammond said he and his son plan to report to prison Monday in San Pedro as ordered by a judge, but the decision has generated controversy across the West. Protesters at the Burns rally came from as far away as Idaho, Nevada, and Arizona. It's about this community being trampled on, one of the organizers, who did not identify himself, said as he stood on the bed of a pickup truck in the parking lot of a local Safeway supermarket. This is the public saying we're not going to take it anymore. We've had it. The people of the Republic are tired, and it starts right here in this parking lot, guys. The procession stopped briefly at the Hammonds' home, where supporters greeted the elder Hammond on the front porch and sang Amazing Grace. The group at the wildlife refuge is apparently led by sons of Cliven Bundy, the Nevada rancher who in 2014 led a standoff against federal agents who sought to collect Bundy's cattle over his $1 million debt to the Bureau of Land Management for grazing fees. See that grass? That grass costs money. You didn't pay for the grass. We're coming to get your cows. Hundreds of self-styled militiamen flocked to Bundy's ranch and, after pointing at federal agents, ended the standoff without paying the grazing fees or losing the cattle. At the time, BLM and law enforcement officials worried privately that the standoff would embolden the movement and cement Bundy's status as a movement leader. Yes, we can't dare have these people think that they can question anything the federal government does. That would be wrong. We can enforce the Constitution in Harney County, and that's what we intend to do. Bundy's son Ammon was he named after an Egyptian pharaoh? Told reporters at the rally, "We have a lot of plans." His father told Oregon Public Broadcasting that he had spoken to his son, and it appeared he and his cohorts were equipped with food and a generator. He told me that they were there for the long run. I guess they figured they're going to be there for whatever time it takes, and I don't know what that means, the elder Bundy said. Another of Bundy's sons, Ryan, who also appears to be at the wildlife refuge, told the Oregonian that the protesters want to see local control of federal land. I don't see anything wrong with that. The best possible outcome is that the ranchers that have been kicked out of the area, that they will come back and reclaim their land, and the wildlife refuge will be shut down forever, and the federal government will relinquish such control, he said. What we're doing is not rebellious. What we're doing is in accordance with the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land. The main body of protesters sought to distance themselves from the breakaway faction, which Ammon Bundy said does not consider itself a militia, and the father and son for whom the protests were held are similarly unaffiliated with the occupation. A number of Western conservatives have called for the return of federal lands to state and local government. The movement has waxed and waned since the so-called Sagebrush Rebellion of the 1980s, which centered on ranchers' rights and the money that could be made from timber harvesting, mining, and ranching if only the federal government didn't forbid such profitable endeavors. The movement has picked up steam in recent years, led by Utah legislator Ken Ivory, who helms a national organization called the American Lands Council that tried to convince county and state governments to pursue the ownership of federal lands. A watchdog group has accused him of fraud in 3 states for his use of taxpayer dollars. The Southern Poverty Law Center, in a report on the Bundy standoff, said the militiamen and the federal land return movement are part of the same spectrum. Anti-government extremists. This is what we're calling them. Okay. I thought protesters was an accurate word, but yeah, let's straight up just call them terrorists. Anti-government extremists have long pushed, most fiercely during Democratic administrations, rabid conspiracy theories about a nefarious New World Order, a socialist gun-grabbing federal government, and the evils of federal law enforcement, the Southern Poverty Law Center said in the report. Yeah, there's no bias there.
No, there's not.
Holy crap. No, they're terrorists. They're just crazy whack job terrorists. They're talk These people are protesting arson charges. They're not like they didn't seize the building screaming that Obama's a Kenyan Muslim who needs to give up the presidency.
Or that if people don't decide to fall in line with their religious beliefs, that they will behead everyone or anything like that.
Yeah, I think the Southern Poverty Law Center has kind of a fucked up view on what they consider anti-government extremists.
Well, you know.
The Malheur National Wildlife Refuge, incorporated in 1908 by President Theodore Roosevelt, has grown since its inception and presents challenges to the ranching families in the area who say they are increasingly hemmed in by the Federal Preserve. Beginning about 1 month ago, Ammon Bundy and others arrived in Burns and agitated locals who wondered what they were up to. By Saturday, the plan became clear, and the Bundys, via their ranch's Facebook page, called for all freedom-loving people to help occupy the wildlife refuge. The people are finally getting some good use out of a federal facility, read a post by the Bundy Ranch on its Facebook page. The wildlife preserve is in a remote region of south central Oregon, and the protest overwhelmed the already limited Harney County Sheriff's Office, which asked the public to stop calling on Saturday because residents were having trouble reaching emergency dispatchers. A collective effort from multiple agencies is currently working on a solution, said Sheriff Ward in his statement Saturday night. For the time being, please stay away from that area. We can't let you talk to these protesters, so we've called in the feds to squash this shit. I think that's basically what it amounts to, yes?
It's what it's sounding like more and more.
These people are terrified. Oh, we've lost most of our viewers, I think.
Oh, well. It's the fact that I unmuted my microphone. They knew that there was a lot of hate and bile going to be coming from this way, and they decided to hide to run to their safe space. We can't handle that!
Of course, people get hurt feelings very easily, and it is our job as, human beings to be kind to them and their feelings.
Yes, we must think of the fifis.
They're precious, precious fifis. So, House, give me your opinion while I post a Facebook message on the Douche Canoe Studio thing telling people about our live chat.
Honestly, I think that if they were black, this would be a lot different situation. I think that the whole problem here is the fact that they are white and they are protesting. If they were a minority and protesting, everyone would be coming out for them. Why is the government persecuting these poor black people? But instead it's, these white people are standing up for their rights. We have to smack them back into line because everything is their fault because we hate white people.
I don't think it's we hate white people. I think it's because that, especially with the current education system being the way it is, white people are blamed for every bad thing that has ever happened in the last 400 years. What was that article we covered in the earlier podcast? White men must be stopped.
Yeah.
Because, we live in the purge where our all-white government, we should probably tell the black president about the all-white government, has been just hunting down minorities and killing them.
Like I said, man, I don't even begin to know. They're nuts. That's all I'm going to say. They're nuts.
They're crazy people.
They are absolutely positively crazy people.
All right, I'll get some more information on this. Just give me a quick moment.
Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure that uh, that if this was a minority doing it, it'd be a lot different story. It wouldn't be all crazy and stuff. The fear mongering would not be as strong as it is. But then again, that's probably because I'm a horrible white racist.
Well, you know what I've noticed though is that back in the 60s, the exact same thing happened, except it was the Black Panthers invading federal buildings. What?
Well, I'm checking Twitter because I can't figure out how to get the chat to work because I'm an idiot. And somebody just tweeted at us, "Hey, can we come on and chat if you, or we can come on and chat if you like. We're your viewer." LOL.
Do it. Invite them in. I want to hear what this person has to say.
Okay. If they want to come on, okay. If they want to come on and I can figure out how to do it, because as I said, I'm a moron. We'll get them in there.
Yeah, get their Google information so we can send them an invite. Hey, viewer. Yeah, you know who you are. If you wanna get in on this call, send the Douche Canoe Studio account your Google information. But you better have something to say about Oregon Under Attack because that's what we're covering now.
I swear to God, if it's something about Howard Stern's penis, I'm going to be upset.
Baba boy, Baba boy. Baba boy, Baba boy, Howard Stern's penis, Baba boy. All right, let's see what else I can find out. I noticed the federal government has made sure to not say a damned thing about this.
Well, of course, because
they can't be letting people know.
Pretty much. I mean, this is something that's going on that they can honestly sit back and go, you know what? For once, we're not wrong. Thank God.
Okay, so I've got some fun tweets I want to show you about this exact situation. So I'm going to try to share my screen. Screen share. All right, look at this. Hashtag Oregon Under Attack. Dear America, this is the GOP. Hashtag welcome to the left. I'm not seeing anything that either side has put out, either the media or the protesters, about being members of the Republican Party. I mean, sure, they're Oregon gun-toting white people, so it's kind of assumed. But actually, isn't Oregon a bastion of the Democratic Party? Like with areas like Portland and Seattle? Oh, Seattle's Washington. I know Portland's full of hipsters. Oh, no, it gets better. Are you ready for the next tweet?
Yeah, come on, hit me.
Hey, ABC, I fixed that typo for you. Hashtag Oregon standoff. Hashtag Oregon under attack. Where ABC posted peaceful protest followed by Oregon wildlife refuge action. They crossed out peaceful protest, put armed infiltration. Crossed out refuge action, put in militia takeover.
God. You know, that just bugs the crap out of me when people do stupid stuff like that.
Does it grind your gears?
That really grinds my gears, yeah.
God damn it, Lois. I was telling these people about the damn... We're a peaceful protest in Oregon. Oh, here's one. Old Jefferson, the one that died on the same day as Adams, would reject these, quote, people, and instead embrace federal authority. the Jefferson that fought against having a large federal government. I love how he just this person acts like they're not people. You're less than people because you express a belief I disagree with. No, 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 no. Opinions, thoughts, comments?
Again, I think people are uninformed.
Of course. If they were informed, they wouldn't, have like mildly intelligent opinions. But let's not get into that. Because I've got another tweet.
Okay.
When you try to be proud of your country in 2016 because my current year, but then hashtag Oregon under attack happens. This is terrorism, not a militia, because they're beheading people. Oh, wait.
Okay, hang on just a second. Someone from Twitter wanted to join in the call, so I think I figured out how to do that. Again, House is being a moron today. This was Sunday. Mo's like, we should do a live stream. I'm like, but I'm not even wearing pants. He's like, you don't need pants to live stream. So see if that worked.
Well, I don't see them on the little pictures down to the right.
Well, yeah, I just sent the thing.
Oh, okay.
Give them a minute.
Yeah, so that viewer who sent us the message.
Yes, I did it right.
Are they here? Do we have a new person?
Hello?
Hey, are we on?
Hey!
What's happening?
So, do you listen to the podcast at all?
Yes, we actually got introduced to you guys through the podcast that you did with Mr. Medicare, or Internet Aristocrat.
Ah, glorious. That is by far our most popular podcast.
Well, I saw that you don't really have that many subscribers, but I watched some of your other stuff too. It's pretty nice. I enjoy listening to you guys talk about those crazy news stories. It's just hilarious.
We're just a couple of loud, angry people
who like
And
to
that's
say fuck on the internet.
Aren't we all? Also, this is two people over here. We're both using the same mic. I am Zach, and this is James. So,
Hey.
nice to meet you guys.
I'm House. That's Mo, but you already knew that, so.
Right. It's nice to finally talk to you guys.
Met a couple of Z-grade internet pseudo-celebrities.
Right? That's all right, man. We have started this channel, and we have been too chicken shit to even post a video yet. We've been mirroring some of Mr. Medicare stuff because he's known to torch his channels often.
He's a really nice guy, though.
He really is. I mean, he seems really down to earth, and he's so entertaining to listen to.
And his voice is like velvet draped over concrete.
Oh my goodness, those dulcet tones. They're delicious to the ears. It gives my
They
heart
are.
a boner.
I should see if he's available and try to invite and see if he wants to come on.
That would be,
Oh man.
rather tits, indeed.
Well, while I do that, tell us what you guys think about the Oregon under attack thing.
Well, Jay, you want to go first?
Sure. I mean, I'm basically on your guys' side with all of this. I mean, when you guys are basically saying that they're labeling these guys somewhat as terrorists.
Oh, it's all over Twitter. Yeah, they're calling them terrorists.
If you're listening to Twitter, these guys firebombed the federal building and are now in a shootout with the government.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. They're thinking they've already assaulted people and they're actively taking over a building and all this. Like you guys said, this is a weekend. There's nobody in there. They've gone in there. They are armed. They are making a stand for something that they believe in. They think that the fact that they're being basically prosecuted for arson whenever they're doing something that is actually needed.
Right, it's something that's known to prevent the spread. Of course, there are some sections of forest that will get burned, but those burnt out sections, those wide swaths of burnt forest, keep it from reaching, it keeps it from reaching the whole forest.
Oh, yeah.
It's proper land management.
Right,
And it's
exactly.
Oregon. 130 acres of trees is like the size of my backyard.
Right.
It's Oregon. It's hipsters, Starbucks, trees.
Yeah, exactly.
The Oregon Starter Pack.
The Oregon starter pack is a handlebar mustache.
But yeah, basically just rehashing what you guys have already said. Oh, that's all I've seen so far, other than Twitter completely blowing it out of proportion.
Well, as for me, first of all, I want to say your viewer count was inflated because we kept going from our phones to our computers, so you weren't hurting our feels, for the record. And also, we're kind of poorly prepared for this because it was just kind of spur of the moment. Let's try it. So
That's pretty much how everything we do rolls. It's me coming up to House going, House, let's do this. House is like, I'm not ready, fucker. I'm like, God damn it, put on your man pants and let's do this.
And also, your chat is disabled, so I couldn't talk to you guys whenever you guys were bringing up relevant information, so I could talk back to you. So I was just like, I was like, man, well, if they're asking people to come on, then let's try to get on and talk to them since they won't turn the chat on.
I can't figure out how to do it. Like I said, this was literally. I was playing a video game in my underwear like 20 minutes ago.
Hey, it's okay.
Yeah, I just called him out of the blue. I'm like, we need to do a Google Hangout covering Oregon under attack because hashtag Civil War now. I mean, what? No,
yeah, I went on Twitter. I typed hashtag, just the hashtag symbol. First thing that came up was Oregon under attack.
They're freaking out.
It's
I did one tweet on Twitter under the Douche Canoe Studio banner where we're going, wow, Twitter's losing its collective mind over a bunch of people peacefully occupying an empty building. And we got like 15, we got 100, 1,000 times more people looking at that than we normally do for any fucking thing we post. So they're going, Jesus Christ, decaf people.
I bet you got a horde of people descending on you, terrorist apologist,
Yeah, well, the problem with that is that we would have to give a fuck about their opinion before we worried about it.
True. This one guy tried to argue legal precedent with me, so I shot back so I decided to go like full blown. You think the founding fathers followed all your precious little laws? I don't give a shit.
Yeah, apathy is the best defense. That's for sure.
So, you guys followed Mr. Medicare before you, and that's how you found us. So does that mean you guys are Polacks?
A little bit. Yeah, eyebrows.
Okay, the fact that you know what that even means that you are one.
Okay, well, I guess yes then.
He definitely is.
The fact that you guys didn't immediately jump on me for like, that's a racial slur. No. We're talking about something completely different.
Oh, fuck that. I don't call shit. I mean, you could say whatever the fuck you want unless, those are just words. I mean, what are they going to do?
Well, if you're in Canada, it gets you arrested.
Yeah, that's such bullshit. Those hate speech laws. It makes my nuts cringe.
Well, you know about the Gregory Allen Elliott thing.
Off the top of my head, I'm not really remembering. It's probably something that I should know about, though, isn't it?
House is the master of information on this.
He's the guy that is currently undergoing a court case up there and has been for like the past 3 years because he had the audacity to disagree with this girl on Twitter, and she ran to the authorities and was like, oh God, I feel so threatened, I feel so he's harassing me, you have to stop this, you have to fix this. And because she has friends in the police department, he's been going through this shit for the last 3 years. He's lost his job.
He's not allowed to use a device that can connect to the internet, which includes some cars.
Okay,
Yes.
now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
yes.
we know exactly what you're talking about now. The name didn't ring a bell. We're bad with names.
It's perfectly fine.
Sorry about that.
I'm normally bad with names too, but that one stuck out in my head because, he's getting the Royal Canadian shafting.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
With no lube.
They're not even going to kiss that dude.
I mean, oh my goodness. It blows my mind that the kind of shit that is happening these days. That's why we even made this YouTube channel in the first place. Is that shit just kills us. We just want to get on the internet and bitch about it.
That's what we did.
Anyways, kind of staying on topic. Yeah, I agree that I think it's stupid that these fuckers are labeling these guys as terrorists. They haven't harmed anyone. They haven't fired any shots. They've done nothing but congregate, and they happen to have firearms with them. As far as action is concerned, that's all that's happened. When it comes to preparing for, violence, I think that, it's not unreasonable to prepare for those people to start shooting, but I don't think you should start labeling them as terrorists until they start shit,
Well, it's like one of the guys who was arguing with or trying to argue with me on Twitter about the legal precedent. He was saying that they're threatening people. And I said, that's funny because I read this big LA Times article about it, and they don't mention it at all. They're just protesting. And then he said, well, they said they would defend themselves if the government... so they're not allowed to defend themselves.
Yeah, it's
They're just supposed to bend over and take it from the feds when the feds decide they're sick of their bullshit and send in the riot police.
It's fucking... It blows my mind, man.
I'm half expecting this to end just like it did in Waco, Texas. I mean, the situation is very different, but I'm expecting this to end with everybody in that building dying because the federal government exterminates them, and they're just going to be like, nope, they were terrorists.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that 2015 was the year that they allowed people to burn down parts of major cities because we just need to let them protest. Since when is protesting and arson, letting it out of your system,
Right? Exactly.
proper ways to do that? No, send the cops in. Heck, send in the Marines. I know a Marine right now who'd love to go up there and handle that.
From what I hear, you're ex-military, correct?
I
no,
am.
it is.
You are. Okay, I'm sorry. My brain's mixed up. Sorry.
It's perfectly fine. I mean, we're both, hairy dudes who do a podcast, and we sound vaguely similar. And if you ever saw pictures of us, we look like we're related. So
That's funny. Well, I'm a filthy ginger, and this guy has hair black as night, so we don't look any. We don't.
drop the ginger from the call. No, I'm kidding. Subhuman monster. No,
Hey, I like redheads. Well, I like redheaded girls anyway.
Well, I don't feel.
I'm willing to settle. Drop your pants.
Hey, as you said earlier, physically, if something else, I don't remember, but
Physically, if you'll have me, yeah.
I love you physically if you'll have me.
yes,
Ah.
exactly. I will have you.
Yeah, I was thinking that this is a really great setup for a gay porn.
You're right.
It started on the internet, and it's gonna end in your butt.
Bow,
dirty orange
bow,
canoe.
bow, 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 whatcha, bow, bow, whatcha, bow.
Wiki, wiki,
Drop
wiki.
What was that line? Drop your pants and touch your toes. I want to show you where the wild goose goes.
Hold on, let me put my lipstick on first.
There's a great line I learned in the Army, which was, you'll get your lube when you start to bleed.
Oh.
Oh, damn, that's rough.
Well, we did. The thing was, funny story. I was in Afghanistan, buddy of mine, we were hanging out, and the medic was asleep on a cot, and we were all getting ready to leave. And we came over to the medic, and him and I crouched down next to him, one on each side of him, and we started singing very quietly, "Follow Me" by Uncle Cracker, while petting his head. And he woke up, and he looks up at us, and I just put my finger on his lips. I went, shh, don't talk. Don't talk. And he starts to look really weird, and the guy, he sits up, and he's like, you two are fucking weird. And it starts drinking some red Gatorade, and my buddy slaps him on the back, goes, it's okay, you'll get your lube when you start to bleed. And then he spits out this mouthful of red Gatorade, and I just go, oh, there it is.
That's hilarious. That's what I was just thinking. Oh, well, does that count?
Come or bleed, bitch. I ain't spitting on it again.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just the people who think the Army is just a bastion for homophobes. No, the Army is a bastion for dick jokes.
Right? Well, yeah, I remember I've heard a few of your stories. I really enjoy your stories from your time in the military. Like the white power thing and the black guy with the noose on his neck. That was hilarious.
And that was all his idea, too. And it was. He just looks over. I didn't know not to touch the white women's. It was all him. I'm so,
Oh man.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it was
Why
great.
can't- It just kills me that people just aren't like that anymore. You know, on the scale of these, you know, the kind of the loudest, most shrill people. Just oh man. That's all
I
you
think
hear.
it has something to do with safety. The gallows humor, it comes from the whole, we might be dead tomorrow, why the fuck does any of this matter?
Right.
Like, a guy showing, hey, you want to see pictures of my kids? Shows a picture of his 5-year-old daughter. One of the guys looks at her, is she single? He's not being serious. He's saying it in that exact tone of voice just to fuck with the guy, because who cares?
Right, because it's funny because obviously it's something that he shouldn't say.
Exactly. Hell, it got to the point where our jokes were so bad, we just walk up to each other right before we were about to go out on a mission. Hey, guess what? What? We're going to die! And we would just laugh.
Right, I mean, it's a way to break the fucking tension, am I right?
Exactly, but these people don't have any tension. They don't have any challenge. They don't have any difficulty. So I think it's because we raised a society of revolutionaries. And there's nothing to be revolutionary against, so they have to make up shit. I think that's where the otherkin and the fat shaming and shit like that comes from.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. I understand that. Oh man. Yeah.
So- Sometimes you just have to sit down and go, you know what? Life's not all that bad. I've got porn, I've got sandwiches, I'm doing good.
Right.
The roof doesn't leak. I got high-speed internet access. The couple next door aren't fighting for a change. I can cope.
What did you ask for?
I'm telling you, man, you should see some of the neighbors I got down here. There was one neighbor that until the weather turned cold, I had not seen him without a beer or with a shirt.
Was it you guys that was talking about wearing pants and don't wear pants in your yard, or you teaching kids on the bus, something like that? One of those stories.
Sounds like something we may have said at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, we've done something like 90 goddamn episodes of the podcast.
Yeah, I'd imagine it gets hard to remember all the things. Okay, well, I've got the news. I searched Oregon militia, so I'm gonna check and see what's
You
going on.
search. It's like you're trying to pick up the worst sorts of articles.
Yeah, well, I typed in Oregon. That's the first thing that popped up, so I said, "Fuck it, let's go." Let's see what's going on.
I am actually on the It's Happening thread on Poll right now. That's what I'm looking through.
I see. I strolled through there really quickly, and I missed it apparently.
You know, if somebody magically posted a link saying that there's people live streaming the truth about the Oregon matter right now, I wouldn't be averse to that.
Post a link, eh?
See, House is the honest one. I'm the one who's the fame whore. I'm like, motherfucker, I want views, donate to my goddamn Patreon.
Hey, we haven't even had death threats yet, man. We're not over yet.
I know.
People need to
feel
make
like-
more death threats.
I feel like
Yeah,
we
you're
should
not-
make a video saying Anita Sarkeesian is slightly incorrect. That should get the hate mob on us.
Oh,
Well, you know,
yes.
I do give opinions on Twitter, and people, but I guess I should announce that I'm a white man with an opinion. That's probably what I need to do. I probably need to say that I'm white and I'm male and I don't apologize, and here's my opinion, and that would get the hate to come on down on us.
How
Yeah,
dare
that
you
would.
be a white man with an opinion?
You can't have that on the internet.
You put
Oh,
that
I
back
should
where it
ask
came
you
from.
too, guys. I've already forgotten your names. I'm sorry, but Zach and James.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, I'm fucking magic.
Right. Or, you know,
So, who are you supporting for the upcoming 2016 presidential election?
oh, it's a toss up here.
You know you have to back future God Emperor of Mankind, Donald Trump.
There are no brakes on the Trump train. Let that be known.
He just
just
cannot be stumped.
He cannot. He could say the dumbest shit and just come out with better numbers because of it.
Whenever it all started, I jokingly looked at everybody and I said, you know what? I'm voting for Donald Trump. And then he started. The Trump train actually started, and it started picking up steam. And I looked around. I was like, oh my God, people are serious.
Well, do you guys listen to Sargon of Akkad?
Oh
Or
yeah.
Akkad, or however the fuck he pronounces it.
Oh yes.
I think he said it correctly. He said Trump is the monster that this society has created. We have become so reliant on protected speech and nobody's feelings getting hurt, and we're all so repressed by that. Whenever you make something illegal, it makes people want to do it more.
Yes, it does.
And when Donald Trump comes along and goes, fuck this, fuck you, you're ugly, damn you, and I'm going to burn this place to the ground and build it in my goddamn image, people get behind that. It's force of will. It's the same sort of reason why people defect and join ISIS, because there's passion there. It may be passion for something completely fucking stupid, but it's passion.
True.
I mean, why do you think the flat earthers are still around? They're sitting there going, it's real, I tell you. And somebody goes, well, because what was it? Great comedian Eddie Izzard said, it's 70% is how you look, 20% is how you sound, only 10% is what you're actually saying. So as long as you look good and sound good, you can say that you want Mexico to pay for building a wall to keep out Mexicans.
And people will love you for it.
Or hate you.
Hey,
Yeah.
if the vote was held tomorrow, Donald Trump has over 50%. I'm
Yeah,
just
he does.
saying that. Because he's got 39% of the Republican vote and 19% of the Democratic vote, which puts him at 58%. Is that not terrifying?
Oh my
That is
goodness.
terrifying.
It's like an impending meteor.
Like, I like the spiteful part of my personality wants him to win.
Right? Some part of me does. Some part of me wants him to win, so just because all these other fuckers are basically just pandering. You hear about that Hillary thing, that his pandering?
You mean where she was asked a question and just answered with 9/11?
No, I didn't hear that. I was
Oh
talking-
yeah. She was asked a question about like the economy, and she answered with 9/11. It was like it just came out of Family Guy. It was crazy.
Right? That's exactly what I
Wow.
was just thinking.
That's what I thought. I thought it was Family Guy script.
I was just picturing fucking Lois Griffin up there. 9/11.
Exactly.
I feel like going to one of Hillary's speeches and go, "Hey Lois, get off the stage! I need a goddamn sandwich."
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. But no, he's referring to the reasons why Hillary is like your abuela.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was hilarious.
She's
What?
not afraid to talk about respeto. It was just so it's so sloppy. It's so
I think I can safely say that Hillary Clinton is nothing like my grandmother. Shall I
Right.
tell you the tale of my grandmother?
Sure, that sounds good.
Why not?
Oh, my grandmother, 6 feet tall, shoulders as broad as mine, and I'm a big dude. Served in the Women's Armed Corps during World War II. Got out of the Army after the war and started working for McDonnell Douglas Aircraft Company, making airplanes. You might know them today as Boeing. Was their first ever Employee of the Year. Decided in the 50s that she wasn't too much a fan of men, but she wanted to have a kid, so she just found some dude and had a kid with him and just ditched him.
Wow.
This woman, when she was 60, she was mugged, used to carry around a solid oak shepherd's crook cane. She beat the mugger with it. This is a woman who did not take shit from anyone. If any candidate reminds me of my grandmother, it's Donald Trump.
Is that scary for you, or is that
Well, it's not that his views that remind me of my grandmother. It's his like
Attitude.
Yeah, his attitude about it. Because my grandmother was the person going, if every state was represented by a person in a crowd and the federal government was the guy talking to them from the altar, Missouri would be the guy in the back going, yeah, and what's in it for you, asshole? That was my grandmother.
man?
She actually passed away December 2014, so.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Because, I'm not pandering for sympathy or anything.
Yeah, no worries.
It's funny that you're talking about the 2014 there, that brings up the comment earlier. You were talking about back in 2015, they got to riot and they got to burn and things like that. Hey, it's 2016 now.
My current year.
Well, see, the algorithm is, hey, it's insert current year here. So it doesn't matter what year it is. They're always, stupidity is impervious.
We should try to get John Oliver into this live stream.
You work on that, Mo.
Yeah.
Hey, he got Mr. Medicare to come on the podcast. I still don't know how he did that.
I asked him. He's a very nice man.
He's working on Mercedes Carrera. I'll believe that one when I see it.
Hey, she said sure. We just need to get with her and set up a time.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Do you think if we gave her outfit suggestions that she would wear anything?" And starts bringing up stuff from her videos, and he's like, "Mo, I think that's gonna cost extra."
I don't know about you, but I am a tremendous fan of having a leggy, very intelligent woman wear very revealing clothing on a live stream.
Sure, why not?
You were talking about doing this on the podcast where only you and I could see. Let's be honest here, Mo.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
true,
you
I
gotta
was.
share.
Hey, I'm a giver. What can I say?
Yeah, my birthday is coming up.
All right, I'm gonna check John Oliver's Twitter and see if he's on right now, and be like, "Hey, fucker, we want to join our Google Hangout?"
You laugh, but stuff like this has worked for him in the past.
Well, I guess
Most
we'll
of-
see.
Most of my best stories start with, so me and my buddy Mo were hanging out when.
No, his last tweet was the 15th of December.
Oh wow, that was a while ago. Hey, that was the
I
day
know.
before my birthday. I just had a birthday too.
Oh, happy birthday!
Oh, thanks.
This is all we're getting you.
You're
Because
1
we're
year
cheap.
closer to the grave.
This is great. Yeah, 1 year closer. Counting down. Counting up? I don't know.
Is Mr. Medicare on Twitter? Yes, his last tweet was an hour ago.
That's not bad for him sometimes, because it's like he's active within a certain time frame.
Oh,
And he's
jeez.
dead the rest of the time. Yeah, the last thing he was talking about was that a musty demon girl, the rather large lady with the blue lipstick.
Oh yeah, I saw that tweet. Dear racist trolls, shut the fuck up. I'm not talking to you. You'll simply be blocked today.
Yeah,
White folks and their guns, I swear.
right, and the way she spells folks. What the hell? People are just molesting the English language.
Yeah, his last tweet was an hour ago.
What's that famous saying that English is the only language that grabs other languages, drags them into an alley, and knocks them unconscious and rummages through their pockets for syntax?
Yeah.
People who do talk about the purity of the English language worry me. And we were the pirate's tongue, right?
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, what is it? Latin was no. What was one of the first languages? Do you guys know?
Sanskrit?
Sanskrit. Oh my. That was awful.
Yeah, it is a 5,000-year-old dead language.
That's rather old.
House,
I don't know how old Latin or any of that stuff is either. But
I have good news.
What's
I'm
that?
very poorly.
My mother has declined to join the live stream.
Why were you trying to invite your mother on?
I didn't. She just declined.
No invite necessary.
Which means she's probably listening right now, so I have to say I apologize, Mother, for bringing you up. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Well, I was there. You did have a wonderful holiday. And I hope your New Year's was exciting. May you live in interesting times.
Unfortunately, we are. That's the problem, because everybody's gotten stupid.
No, it's not that they've gotten stupid. It's that their stupidity is coming to the surface more often.
Right. The
I-
stupid people are actually gaining more momentum.
I read this great article about that was written talking to some of the world's most popular authors, and they said that this generation should be called educated barbarians because they can read and write and do math, but they have no idea of their own history or their own culture.
That's so spot on. If they had any idea, or if they were educated in history, even in a cursory way, they would know that all this shit that they're demanding is just a repeat of all of that shit. Especially the safe space stuff.
That It's the safe space and the wanting to segregate stuff that drives me absolutely up the wall.
Yeah, that shit is infuriating. Otherkin really infuriates Jay. Oh man.
But
I don't.
I have to be
Alright.
a special snowflake, so I'm going to be a dragonkin that's a wood fetish and with all the other stuff.
Okay, so it turns out my mother is listening. She just sent me a message.
Hi, you know what I'm thinking.
Should I tell them this story? This is a funny story.
If you want.
All right, so many years ago, House and I used to work in a factory together. And we were hanging out at my house because I was still living with my parents at the time. And my mother comes home, slams her her purse on the counter and goes, "All men are pedophiles." And I went, "Excuse me?" She goes, "Well, not you. You're my son. I'm pretty sure you're not a pedophile." And House goes, "Thanks." And she goes, "Well, I didn't mean anybody that." Goddamn it! And storms out. So this led to a running joke where every time House ran into my mother at any point in the future from then on, "Hey, Mo's mom, still not a pedophile." It was touch and go there for a minute, but I pulled through.
Couldn't have done it without gum.
That was great. That's great.
And now she's getting pissed.
Well, I'm sorry that you're getting angry.
All right, I'll stop talking about you, Mom. Take care. Have a lovely day. Back to Oregon.
Yeah.
Back to Oregon.
Ah.
Journal posted something an hour ago.
Oh, do tell.
An hour is kind of a long time, but demonstrators marched Saturday in Burns in support of an Oregon family facing jail time for arson after the march. Oh shit, we've got sound. Hold on. Okay.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, it just auto plays. Man, just give me a play button. Anyway, after the march, Amon Bundy, I think this is just retread, and others continued to protest by occupying the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge. I think it's just a little bit of just basically a little description of this video up here.
At least they called them protesters.
Yeah, instead of terrorists. That shit kills me.
Wait, what's this? I just found something on USA Today. You guys ready for this?
Yeah, do it.
Sheriff, militia members used rancher protest as ruse.
What? Oh, I just opened that same page.
Do you want to read it or should I?
Oh,
You
can
go
read
ahead,
it.
Mo.
The Oregon sheriff, whose county is at the heart of an anti-government call to arms, said Sunday the group occupying a national wildlife refuge came to town under false pretenses. Sheriff David Ward said protesters came to Harney County in southeastern Oregon claiming to be part of a militia group supporting local ranchers. In reality, he said these men had alternative motives to attempt to overthrow the county and federal government in hopes to spark a movement across the United States.
Oh, wow.
Wow, put on your 10 hats, everybody.
So now they are just full on crazy. We're getting full on terrorists now. There are no brakes on the terrorism train.
Oh, there.
In the statement issued Sunday afternoon, so like a couple hours ago, Ward said he was working with local and federal authorities to resolve the situation as quickly and peacefully as possible. The protest, called to support 2 Oregon ranchers facing jail time for arson, escalated late Saturday into an armed takeover of a federal wild. It can't be a takeover if there's no one there.
Yeah, there's no one to take it from.
The protest and takeover were being led by Amon Bundy, son of Nevada rancher Cliven Bundy, who was involved in a previous standoff with the government over grazing rights. 2 of the younger Bundy's brothers also are involved. The brothers are calling on anti-government militia members from all over the country to join the seizure of the headquarters building of the remote Malheur National Wildlife Refuge some 300 miles southeast of Portland. That should be far enough to avoid hipster stank.
Depends on how the wind is blowing.
Oh God, El Nino!
Oh man.
We're planning on staying here for years. Oh my God, we're planning on staying here for years. Absolutely, Amon Bundy told the Oregonian on Saturday. This is not a decision we've made at the last minute. So it's unlike this Google Hangout.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know if he meant that they were planning to stay in the area, like on the farm, or in the building, because it kind of makes them say that they're going to stay in the building for years.
Of course, they probably took that quote out of context to make it sound like they want to stay in the... Nobody wants to stay in a National Wildlife Refuge building for years.
No.
Not even the people who work there. Bundy posted a video on his Facebook page asking for militia members to come help. He said, "This is not a time to stand down. It's a time to stand up and come to Harney County, where Burns, Oregon, the nearest town, is located." One protester said Sunday that the group had not damaged property and intended to keep the protest peaceful. Maureen Peltier, a Washington Army National Guard staff sergeant and member of the so-called Patriot movement, I love how they added the so-called in there, told the Oregonian that some in the group were armed and others were not. Peltier wrote on Facebook that the group had brought children into the refuge. "There is absolutely no armed standoff," she wrote. "Roads were clear going to and coming from. They want us to know. They are simply occupying land and a building owned by, quote, we the people, our tax dollars, and that for them, this is a civil, peaceful protest. Not if the federal government has anything to say about it."
Right.
What was that one cop who got arrested because the video came out of him shooting the dude in the back and then putting his taser in his hand and trying to claim that he stole it?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember who it is.
Me either. See, if the chat was active, we could ask the people who were watching.
Right.
Mo,
He's
Most
going
of
to
the
kill me
people-
now.
most of the people who are watching this are also in the chat with us.
But
Don't
some
give me
aren't.
Don't give me that whole, this is, okay, if you have a comment or something, give it to us on Twitter, and I will give it to Mo, so that he can stop being all butthurt that the fact that I couldn't get the thing going at the last friggin' minute.
I love you, House.
Yeah, well, I'm going to mail you a ticking package.
Hey, I sent you a hat.
It's going to be a very nice cuckoo clock. He says, covering his ass so he doesn't end up in Guantanamo for threatening to send a bomb through the mail.
No, it's not a bomb. It's a clock.
course
That's
it's
what
a-
worked for the other kid.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, the
Now,
occupant. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna talk about that settlement that he was demanding after that. That was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, just like millions and millions of dollars and a whole bunch of other shit.
Yeah, it was fucking stupid. Like, you've already moved out. Just go away. Just leave it out. Leave it alone.
Well, he had to continue his 15 minutes of fame.
I should probably mention if I start sounding a little odd, I've worked my way through about a third of a bottle of Barbados rum.
Hey, it's good for you.
That'll wake a motherfucker up. Well, I'm out of scotch.
No scotch. You can't drink the classy stuff.
Predominantly, I'm a scotch drinker.
I don't drink anymore. I don't drink any less.
I don't usually drink. I've never been a drinker.
Oh, I'm Irish. I'm a genetic drunk.
Well,
It's
see,
in
I'm
my-
Irish too, so it's a dichotomy. It's weird.
You just wave a beer at House and he gets drunk. And then he has to beat up some damn person, and then I have to bail him out of jail. It's a vicious cycle.
Sounds like a good time.
All right, so back to the article.
Right.
The occupation came in after an estimated 300 marchers, militia, and local citizens paraded through Burns to protest the prosecution of 2 Harney County ranchers, and then explains them. The pair said they lit the fires, blah, blah, blah. This is the exact same thing. I want to get to the part where it actually talks about where they're all liars and shit. Through their lawyer, the Hammonds have distanced themselves from the Bundys, because the Hammonds are the ranchers, the Bundys are the ones leading the protest. Neither Ammon Bundy nor anyone within his group or organization speak for the Hammond family, lawyer Alan Schroeder wrote to Harney County Sheriff Dave Ward. Still, the new sentence generated controversy with Bundy and some far-right groups that repudiate U.S. federal authority. In an interview with reporters late Saturday night posted on Facebook, Bundy said he and others occupied the building because the people have been abused long enough. Yeah, but much like a victim of rape, they were asking for it.
You.
No, it couldn't be a victim of rape because some of these people are men and men can't be raped.
Oh yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. I need to check my white male privilege.
And blacks can't be racist. People of color, I'm sorry.
Hey, I identify as a Russian attack helicopter.
I'm a trans cuck.
A proto-Canadian transcuck?
Oh yeah. Actually, what do you call this place? Midwest United States? Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana's
I'm
Midwest.
sorry. Is it? Okay, awesome.
Yeah, you're bordering on the East Coast, but yeah, it's still technically the Midwest.
We gotta love them technicalities. But yeah, our state sucks balls, but whatever.
Well, not everywhere can be Missouri. We are kind of awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Black Lives Matter. I'm sure it's really drove up your property values.
Well, no, I live in Texas now. I just get to say nice things about Missouri. Well, it's a self-defense mechanism. People here are so crazy about Texas that I had to become that crazy about Missouri, just like in response to it.
That's how evolution works.
Well, it's like they start sitting there, don't mess with Texas. Do you know how Don't Mess with Texas started?
I do not.
It's an anti-littering campaign.
Really?
Yes.
You learn something every day, don't you?
So now when somebody tells you don't mess with Texas, just picture a little old lady reminding you to put your trash in the proper receptacle.
Littering's bad.
And those testicles hanging off the back of trucks, those are all over here.
Truck nuts.
Yeah, we got those too.
Well, yeah, but this is Texas, so some of them may actually be legitimate bull testicles.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's true.
These people are crazy.
I've never been to Texas, so I don't.
Oh, I enjoy being here. I mean, the cigarettes are cheap and the alcohol is pretty cheap, and
His girlfriend lives there.
I drove through Texas once.
so did I.
I assume you drive around in Texas quite a lot.
I stay home a lot. No, I drive from here to the liquor store.
It's just down the block, but he's too lazy. He's too lazy to walk.
Are you kidding? I live just down the block from a liquor store called, and I shit you not, Booze.
Nice.
It's not like the Booze Barn or the Booze Bar. It's just Booze.
They got real creative with that.
It's like that. It's like the chain of liquor stores that we got in Missouri called Dirt Cheap.
Yeah, but the guy who ran that was crazy and awesome.
Yeah, well, they had the Dirt Cheap chicken, and they put a anthropomorphic female chicken on the beer cans for the Dirt Cheap beer. And if you looked really close around the beer can, it said, "When this starts to look good, it's time to stop drinking."
That's beautiful. That's great.
He used to make commercials going, come to Dirt Cheap Beer, and he couldn't say cigarettes, so cigarettes would be bleeped out. So he'd say beer, cigarettes, and liquor, so it'd be beer and liquor. Please come to us. We are the last refuge of a persecuted smoker.
Those were great.
Let's see. On Twitter, news of the event spread quickly under the hashtag Oregon Under Attack, with many users mocking the light treatment of the armed protesters by law enforcement after heavily armed reactions to protests in Ferguson and Baltimore. Most of the Oregon protesters are white. Yeah, and they also haven't burned down any buildings or killed anyone.
Exactly. That's what's killing me about them trying to call them terrorists, is they haven't caused any harm to anything. They've just gathered.
Oh, apparently TV host Roland Martin tweeted, "Did I miss the call for the National Guard in Oregon? I recall them in Ferguson and Baltimore." Yeah, because those were riots.
Yes, they were riots. This is a protest.
There were windows smashed in and stores looted and not houses,
buildings burned to the ground.
Right, and fires in the streets, and they burned down an old in construction old folks home or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and women were raped and just horrible stuff happened.
They burned down a old folks' home that was undergoing renovation, and they burned down a convenience store, and they smashed windows and looted several stores. I mean, it was the definition of a clusterfuck.
I heard they were tweeting out. They had a hashtag for their loot and stuff. They were showing off what they stole.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not a and what there was maybe one or two of them got arrested because they fell into the police.
Yeah.
Literally fell into them.
You know it's bad when you live like an hour away from a place and people are calling you to make sure you're okay. Afraid that the protest is going to get to me. And now I'm like, if the protest comes out here, you got more to worry about than just that.
Yeah, that's man. Those things do spread pretty quickly though. They move, they migrate to new places.
Well, yeah, but the St. Louis metropolitan area, it could have moved around in, but as soon as you leave that, it is all hills and trees. There's nowhere for a protest to go unless you stick to the road.
Yeah. There's actually a state park between St. Louis and the closest town to St. Louis.
Nice. So, yeah, definitely not a densely populated area.
All right, and how something's come up. I'll be right back. Entertain our two guests, get their opinions on political events, ask them what their favorite color is.
Yeah, we all know exactly what came up. Dinner, because this was a last-minute thing that you pulled out of your ass.
What can I say? I have people who make me food. It's awesome.
We'll see you in a minute, man.
I don't know what I'm going to do with him. I know what I want to do with him, but it involves hitting. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Workplace violence.
Yeah, well, technically, this isn't our job. It's our hobby, so, I could just have it reclassified as a full-contact podcast.
Hey, there we go. Call it a sport.
Full-contact podcasting tonight.
Have you ever watched... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just thinking I could probably get that on ESPN, too.
That'd be awesome.
They'll let just about anything on television nowadays.
Yeah, it's that.
Anyway, you were saying?
Oh, shit. Now I've lost it.
You asked me if I had ever seen...
Oh, have you ever watched MXC? The Most Extreme Elimination Challenge?
I don't know.
It was on Spike TV.
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, I've watched that.
It reminded me of that.
I was just thinking it. I never knew what the name of the show was. It was always just, crazy people doing crazy shit for money.
Yeah, crazy Japanese people going through crazy gauntlets. It was great.
It was insane Japanese Ninja Warrior,
Right, the original. It was great. I still watch it. I've I've got it on my hard drive.
I always wanted them to do something like Iron Chef, where they had a panel of judges that come on that, and like legitimate athletes, You're like, yes, that was very good, right up into the point that he smacked his face into the large rubber ball,
Yeah. He's got hit by the brain scrambler. Oh. Brain scrambler with a grinder. Sorry, our microphone's shit, so I'm probably, as I face different directions, I'll be louder and quieter.
It's okay. I'm still using the same one that I used to play online games with, so it's connected to my head. So I put like exactly zero money into this podcast since we started.
And neither have we.
That's the way it should be.
And the quality shows.
Hey, it's really not that bad.
No.
I mean, as far as what is on YouTube, it's really it's up there in quality.
Oh, it got a lot better when I stopped using the shotgun mic on my webcam and started using my actual headset.
Yeah, it was a bit clearer.
Well, we had to do that when after Mo told me, yeah, Jim decided he was coming on, and I'm like, quit lying to me, you bastard.
Oh man.
You can tell me all the stories about stuff that you did in the Army, but when you start lying about Jim, them's fighting words.
Yeah. We're Jim fanboys as well. Well,
Our Lord
you didn't
and
say
Savior.
You were a fanboy, but yeah. There's actually a guy that has a YouTube channel. He has actually called his channel Our Lord and Savior. Have you seen his videos?
No, I have not.
He used to be called Rizzle Dizzle.
That sounds familiar.
Ray the Friendly Psychopath.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah, he's our Lord and Savior now.
Oh God.
He still does videos.
You started saying our Lord and Savior, and all I could think was Creationist Cat.
Oh yeah. I've watched some stuff from him. Not very much, but a couple things. He's not too bad.
What's up, Sodomites?
Yeah, that was pretty good, man. That was pretty
It's the
good.
Lord's chosen cat, Cece here.
Mo is obsessed with them. You see, here's my problem with Mo. He becomes obsessed with something for like 30 seconds. I invest the time to learn what he's obsessed with, and by the time that I feel that I am knowledgeable on the subject, he's moved on to 5 other things.
I have the
He's like
attention span of like a sunflower.
He's like a toddler with access to booze and firearms and a car. I swear to God.
Just enough to be dangerous.
But I do good impressions, though.
Yeah, that was good.
Occasionally, you do good impressions.
I should
gonna
be doing
say-
this whole entire live stream as Christopher Walken.
He sounds like a blast to hang out with.
He can.
Talking about Oregon, terrible things happening, people getting shot, terrorists taking over buildings.
Terrorists, guys. I swears. Yeah, we've done a bad job of staying on task, haven't we?
I have just decided that at some point it's like herding cats. You don't even try. I've had him and Alex the Happy Hippie, the guy that we do deep watching with, go off on 30-minute tangents, and the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going to have to edit this out.
It's like I'm going to have to kill both of them and then edit this out.
So we won't
Heck, there
edit out any more of these things.
have been times when they've been having some deep philosophical argument. I'm playing Angry Birds on my tablet.
Yeah, if you re-listen to some of the old podcasts where it's me and Alex on the same thing with House, you can actually hear the part where House's brain just turns off. It's like, no, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, I've checked out of this conversation. You guys go ahead.
When you swing back around, I'll pick up and pretend like I never stopped listening, but yeah, I could be killing pigs with birds right now. Ooh, that makes me want bacon.
Right?
That does sound good.
I thought I smelled bacon the other day, and it wasn't bacon, and it made me sad.
Ooh, ABC News has released a key things to know about the militia standoff.
Oh, so we've upgraded it to a militia standoff now.
I've seen that. I've seen it. A militia and standoff. I haven't seen them both together yet.
Because you know what you call a white terrorist? A militia member.
Yeah. No, that's what you call a white protester.
Hey, you know what I call a white terrorist?
What?
A founding father. Oh,
Oh.
mic drop.
Boom. And with that, the live stream comes to an end. Boom.
Boom.
We ain't topping that.
Fuck off, all y'all. Oh my god, 6 people watching. And if you consider that 4 people are probably in this call right now, and one of them's probably my mother, I wonder who the 6th person is.
No.
Well,
Hello,
technically, Mo, you and I don't count.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. That means there's 2 people I don't know on. Oh god.
I feel like I should put on pants.
So
Fuck
are
'em.
you guys watching the stream separately, or?
He's in another state.
Okay. I'm sorry. I knew that. I meant, are you also watching the stream as you're on the Hangouts?
Oh, I've got all of the information up. I have to watch it.
Alrighty.
Oh, you're like me.
Well, I'm also the moderator at the moment, so
He's the guy in charge.
Got him
yes,
on.
I am. Don't
House
forget
does all
it.
the technical stuff. I'm just the pretty face.
Well, you do a good job, House and Mo.
And considering this is a podcast, you can tell what kind of pretty face he has. We have the face for radio.
If you saw me in real life, you'd be like, he's pretty on the inside. No.
Let me guess, you have a wonderful personality.
Yes.
So I've been told.
See, the thing is, I'm not beautiful, and also I have a shitty personality, so I'm kind of fucked.
Well, then there's always politics.
There is. I can always.
Have you seen some of the hideous human beings running for government lately?
Oh my goodness.
Carly Fiorina looks like a reanimated corpse.
That's
Claire
what I
Mc-
was going to say.
Claire McCaskill. I hate that woman. And yet she keeps getting elected to the Senate in Missouri. I don't understand how that happened.
Yeah, from what I've heard, the Missouri. Did you guys? I'm sure you guys have seen the what was it? The last Medicare video, not the Metacast, but his just video.
Yeah.
About the Missouri.
I was traveling for 2 whole weeks in December, so I'm still trying to catch up on my videos. I'm about 2 hours through the December 26, 2015 Metacast, and I still have, I think, a few dozen more videos I need to watch to be fully caught up
Alrighty, no worries.
for all my subscriptions.
Alondra Kano was doxing people on Twitter is the short of it. She is a Missouri politician of some sort.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what position she holds, but yeah, I saw that.
Alondra Kano. Well, there's always, this limitless source of information we have.
She's not from Missouri. She's from Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Yeah, she's with the Minnesota DFL, all that political party that supports ISIS.
There it is. I'm sorry. I was wrong. That was it. Minnesota DFL. That's it. Damn it.
It's okay. I'm the only one that's allowed to be right all the time.
Well, I hope you do that job as well as you do doing all the technical stuff, because I might be wrong quite a bit.
Well, actually, I wouldn't say that because I couldn't figure out how to get the chat going tonight. But, had he given me 5 minutes, no, I'm not going to let that go, Mo. You're going to be hearing about this for the next 20 years. I'm going to have it put in my will that somebody smacks you for this.
Hey, I got you a hat.
Yes, and I like my hat, but that hat only builds up so much goodwill.
How much goodwill is a hat worth? Does it depend
That's a
on
nice
the
hat, I will admit.
Nice hat. It's like did it get you a brand new shiny fedora?
No, it's
No?
actually one of those really cheesy tourist trap coonskin caps.
Oh, nice.
But I like it. So
Right, Davy Crockett. That's right? Is that it?
Yeah. Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, yeah, they were both known for coonskin caps.
Alrighty, there we go.
Hey, House, I just thought of something.
What's that?
Should we tell them about what's going on in Australia? Yes, Australia.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
What is your guys' opinion on the anti-vaxxer movement?
It's ridiculous.
I don't like the anti-vaxxers.
So you're reasonable and intelligent adults. I like this.
Yes.
I try to maintain that kind of outlook.
Remember, Captain America says vaccinate your fucking kids.
Yeah.
Alright, this comes from newsmike.com. Here's what Australia is doing to parents who don't vaccinate their kids. From the headline, it makes it sound like they're rounding them up for gulags.
Right. For internment camps or some shit.
Australia's government has a radical solution, again, more extremist rhetoric, to the issue of parents who choose not to vaccinate their children, and the policy goes by the unofficial-ish title, No Jab, No Pay. Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott announced back in April that the government would begin withholding childcare rebates and other government benefits to families who don't vaccinate their children, and the new policy is set to go into effect early this year.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
I'm glad somebody's finally doing something about this bullshit.
You
That's awesome.
don't vaccinate your kids? We're not giving you discounts.
Makes sense.
I mean, if you're going to leave them open for the disease and to spread the disease around, then, I mean, why should you get the government's money?
I mean, holy shit, polio is coming back. That should be something that is never said, ever.
right?
Yeah, and what was it? It was no, I think Ebola. It would have been able to been contained a little better if the vaccine people were vaccinated better or something. Or is this a different thing that I'm talking about? Because Ebola's pretty fucking bad, isn't it?
I think you're thinking of rubella.
Maybe that's it. My bad. See, I told you I'd be wrong quite often.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I think people have forgotten that back in like my grandmother's day and stuff, you would see people's houses that were quarantined off because they had smallpox. Things like that happened. Kids would come to school with masks over their faces because one kid a county over got fucking diphtheria and it was running its way through. Children with polio lost the ability to walk, having to spend their whole life wearing leg braces. And you want to say that, oh, my child has autism because you stuck him full of medicine. Fuck you!
Exactly.
Holy shit! No, your child's gonna get autism when I hit you so hard that the next time you're pregnant, the kid comes out retarded.
So let this be a collective fuck you.
From all of us on this live stream to all of you
Yes.
anti-vaxxers who will never listen to this, fuck you up the ass with a rake.
2 rakes.
This isn't the... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just continuing what I was saying because we're gonna use 1 too. That's all I said.
This isn't the first move that the Australian government has made against anti-vaccination parents. In 2014, the government blocked the Australian Vaccination Skeptics Network, a group that campaigns against vaccination, from continuing to qualify as a charity and receive donations, citing misinformation. Y'all motherfuckers are full of shit. You are not a charity.
We may have to move to Australia, Mo.
A similar
No.
movement... No, everything will try to kill you.
No, they won't let you have guns in Australia. Never mind.
Yeah, they won't.
Drop bears. Okay, Australia has this phenomenon where ground will look perfectly fine, but all of the earth underneath it has fallen away, leading to a big sinkhole that's like 100 feet. Even the dirt tries to kill you in Australia.
Yeah.
Australia hates you.
Oh,
That should be their national tourist slogan. Welcome to
Right.
Australia. It hates you.
Welcome to Australia. Good luck. Good luck. Or try not to die or something like that.
good luck, fucker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Good luck, fucker.
Yeah. That's all we can give you.
Mo and I have a friend who was in the Marine Corps. He joined the Marine Corps right out of high school, and
the
they
Marine Corps
had
mellowed him out.
they took him on a training mission in Australia, and he's up in this tree, and he's sighting stuff in, you know. Okay, I'm gonna take this shot here, and then I'm gonna move over to this target and take that out, because that was the exercise. And he looks up, and there's a koala bear up above him, like 3 or 4 limbs, you know, just sitting there staring at him. And he's like, okay, well, you know, the quill's over there. I'm here. We should be good. You know, I'm not doing anything. I'm not trying anything. I'm just gonna shoot my targets, and I'm gonna climb down. The koala bear leaped upon him. And the only thing that saved him from getting hurt was the fact that he was still wearing his rucksack. That koala bear shredded it. He leaped. Now,
Holy shit.
our friend, who is, you know, 6 foot tall and weighed 260 pounds at the time and was solid muscle, leaps out of this tree to get away from the koala bear.
This is the same guy who, when he was in high school, got into an argument with another student that escalated to him ripping a locker out of the wall and beating this person with it.
I've heard that. I think I've heard that story before.
He just ripped the door off.
It sounds better to say to rip the locker out.
It
But-
does.
I'll accept
As-
the exaggeration.
As he's sitting there on the ground, making sure that he's not hurt, because, you know, most koalas have herpes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
His sergeant comes over and says, "What are you doing, Marine?" He's like, "I got attacked by a koala." He's like, "Your rifle's still up in the tree." He looks up at the tree and he's like, "If you want the rifle, get it your own fucking self."
Oh, that's
It's a koala's rifle now.
Exactly.
So
They have guns now. It's Planet of the Apes. It's Planet of the Koalas.
That'd be a much cuddlier movie.
to this day, he still has a pathological fear of koala bears.
Drop bears.
So every so
Yeah,
often,
drop bears. Yeah.
every so often, I give him a gift because he will not throw away a gift, and the gift is a koala bear of some sort.
Oh, you're so evil.
Plushies, stickers, whatever sort of koala he can find.
I'm sure he loves you.
We've been friends for years.
Yeah.
It's a good thing too, because I'm sure he'd have killed me by now if we weren't.
We're not saying he knows a guy. He is the guy. When people say they know a guy, that's who they're talking about.
They're talking about this man alone.
But yeah, let's see. Many in the anti-vaccination community cite a now-debunked medical paper that claimed there was a link between common childhood vaccine and autism spectrum disorders. Yeah, but you're saying everything is autism. Is this child paying too much attention? He's autistic. Is this child not paying enough attention? He's autistic. Guess what? Maybe your kid's just fucking stupid.
Right? That's what kills me. People are so willing to are ready to blame their children's problems on some sort of medical thing instead of, maybe your kid's not perfect. Do you ever think about that?
I hate to go to it because he's just a terrible pandering milquetoast comedian, but Jeff Foxworthy did this great joke. No, it wasn't Jeff Foxworthy. It was the other one. The one he always hangs around with. Here's your sign.
Bill Engvall.
Bill Engvall. He said, maybe you just got to think back and go, you know what? My daddy was great. My mama was great. I'm just a shithead.
Yep.
What's that George Carlin quote? You got to think about the people that you know and realize that half of them are stupider than that.
I miss George Carlin. We need more comedians like him. We need more people like him.
That's just a thing. If George Carlin was around today, he would have been maimed and murdered by the social justice warriors.
Oh my God, yeah. Actually, he was killed in 2008, or he died in 2008. I'm just saying.
He got
It's
out before.
suspicious.
Yeah, he got out. Maybe he was secretly fighting off the social justice warrior power.
Because George Carlin did his last stand-up. Hold on, let me look this up.
Great, now I'm picturing social justice ninjas taking out George Carlin. I've got to live with these thoughts, people.
Yeah, his last stand-up special was March 1st, 2008. He died June 22nd.
Wow.
A span of 3 months? Do you think you think SJWs are that efficient?
Well, he'd been making comedy against SJW since the 70s, so
This is
back when they were just called PC.
Yeah, I didn't think about that one. Yeah.
Hell,
Yeah,
his first stand-up special, he was at USC, the University of Southern California in LA.
Wow.
I just thought of something, Mo.
Such
What?
a circle.
They got Carlin, and they got Lemmy. Who are they going after next?
Well, of course, that would be Oh God, you know what state's right next to Oregon?
What?
Montana.
Well, there's a little bit of Idaho between the two.
True, but do you think that'll stop the Montana militia led by Ben Zyklon B. Garrison?
No! I just hope he doesn't attack my potatoes because, as I said, I'm Irish.
Yeah,
Got
he'll
to
be
have-
able to smell that. He'll be able to smell the potato in you.
I can smell the potato on you, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm a very large individual with violent impulses.
Maybe you'll have a chance against his right-wing death squad.
I love some of the nicknames that the internet has come up for him. They're just so creative.
Right? Paul is definitely on it with that.
Oh, you know, it's the internet. They're the lowest common denominator of stupid, but yet they are incredibly creative. They're like idiot savants.
The funniest thing is whenever I made my Skyrim character, I couldn't think of his name, so I typed in Ben Garrison, and then I deleted it out, and I went on to actually name them. But the screen cap behind the game, whenever I load it, is actually that screen cap of me creating the character with his name typed in, Ben Garrison.
That's amazing. Then the Montana militia. There's a militia they should be scared of.
Yeah.
And Ben Garrison finally gets away from making angry anti-Zionist cartoons on the internet and decides to get shit done.
Well, it's just easier to make anti-Zionistic cartoons on the internet. Again, you don't have to put on pants to do it. If you want to overthrow the government and kill everybody who's not white, that requires effort.
Oh God! Now I'm
ammunition.
picturing Ben Garrison without pants on. Ah, my brain!
Don't picture something like that.
I can't stop it. I have a very active imagination. You ever seen Rick and Morty? I'm an active dreamer.
We need to watch
You don't know me.
We haven't watched Rick and Morty yet. It's so
Ah.
sad.
You should. It's hilarious.
We've heard so many good things.
Well, it's hilarious in the same way that knowing your inevitable death is coming is hilarious.
So hilarious.
Are you kidding? I've said it before. I'll say it again. I eat bacon dipped in cheese. I'm trying to hurry that process along.
Right? You'll be
Ooh.
out of here before the shit really hits the fan.
Exactly.
I found another fun tweet. You guys ready for this?
Ready.
This is one of these people who writes articles for the Huffington Post.
Oh, great. This is going to be great.
My next article for HuffPost will be on the hypocrisy in media coverage on white violence compared to Muslim violence.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Hashtag Oregon under attack.
Yep.
Oh God.
What violence has there been?
There hasn't been any. That's the thing.
Hey, that poor building has been violated.
That building was raped.
They didn't ask the building if they could go inside of it first. They
There
have
was no
forceful
building
entry.
consent.
They have raped that building.
They have raped the building.
Watch, that's going to be a hashtag on Twitter. At least one person's going to happen across this. Be like, holy shit, they raped the building.
You kidding? I'm posting it right now.
Hashtag building rape.
There's more than one of them. That's a building gang rape.
Oh my. Mind blown.
I want to see the Rolling Stone article about the gang rape of this building.
They are all white men, after all.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
put it on Twitter.
Alright, so I'm posting that federal building wasn't asking for it. Hashtag Oregon under attack. Hashtag building rape.
Ha,
Beautiful.
That's great.
It is now a thing. Oh my God! There are other hashtag building rapes fucking tweets.
Is there
3 of them.
Wow. Well, it just goes to prove we really don't invent anything.
And one of them is just a guy doing hashtag building rape and then a frowny face back in 2014. Although I love the 2011 one, though I will admit the giant hentai tentacle monster robot is sufficiently terrifying. Hashtag Transformers 3, hashtag building rape.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, Twitter. I hate Twitter. Do you guys hate Twitter?
I do.
But it's a necessary evil, I suppose.
It's not bad. I have fun on it sometimes.
Yeah, I like getting blocked by people. That's fun.
But I measure my self-worth by the number of people I've been blocked by. I still haven't been blocked by Anita Sarkeesian and Jonathan McIntosh. No, I need to work on that.
I keep telling them you need to tweet them pictures of your dick.
Yeah, that might.
I keep telling you that's a sex crime in this state.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I found it. I have found the best tweet about Oregon under attack.
Okay.
Let's see.
The Oregon militia standoff is the first protest that can be solved through the use of Bass Pro Shop gift cards.
That's beautiful. And you know what's funny is it's probably true.
Occupying public property is now terrorism, so says Paul Joseph Watson from @Prison Planet.
No, because these guys are facing jail time. It'd be Bass Pro gift cards and cigarettes.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have to pay people not to rape them in the butthole.
Yeah, that's true.
cigarettes and noodles.
There's nothing that can't be solved by ramen noodles. Great, now I want ramen noodles.
You can make some really decent stuff without a ramen noodles, actually.
Oh yeah, I've made some fun stuff. It was kind of weird. I took ramen, smashed it up while it was dry, took barbecued potato chips, smashed them up, mixed it together, and then cooked it. It was amazing.
I just
wonderful.
I
That
just
was
like,
back during my really unhealthy eating days.
I just like them with a little butter and barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
Maybe a little cheese if I'm feeling cookie, you know.
I actually have. I like to crush them up and then put a little bit of the flavoring in it and eat them dry. Sometimes.
I know
You're a
people who do
monster.
that. Get off our live stream.
Yes, sir.
Great. Now
Like-
I'm hungry.
It's like you and then Hitler. Oh, fuck you, I have food.
Yeah, I got a thing of whole wheat crackers right here. Listen.
Oh, that's wonderful. Sounds delicious.
Oh yeah, I'm sure people are gonna love the audio quality on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. All the people all the people who it irks them to hear people chewing are just gonna, their ears are gonna bleed.
Somebody's gonna tweet. My favorite part of the live stream from a week ago was House eating a cracker.
If that is in fact the case, then those people have problems.
So apparently there was going to be some sort of announcement on Monday about President Obama and gun control.
Is there really? Is there a new bill that's being passed about that? I've heard whisperings, but not much else.
Obama to meet Monday with Attorney General Lynch about executive action. Oh, he's going to use executive action to tighten gun control with focus on small-scale sellers.
Small scale sellers. What the fuck is that gonna help?
Well, like in Texas, you can buy a gun from a gun show and you don't need paperwork. They
Oh,
just
okay.
Yeah, so
they just do a background check to make sure you don't have any warrants out for your arrest and you're good to go.
Yeah, they do that here too.
That's how I bought my gun.
Now you see that's gun control I can get behind. I approve of background checks because we don't want crazy people to have their hands on weapons. That would be bad.
Oh no, you want to hear the bullshit appeal to emotion he's using?
What's that?
I get too many letters from parents and teachers and kids to sit around and do nothing.
What? I missed it.
He gets too many letters from parents, teachers, and children to sit around and do nothing.
They live in fear of our evil guns because, you know, my gun is a murder machine.
Right. The gun itself is a murder machine, not the person who's using it.
You know,
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I set my shotgun out on the front porch the other day with a box of ammo. It was loaded. I walked around, did whatever I did, came back, it hadn't moved. So apparently my gun doesn't want to kill people at this particular point. Because I gave it several hours unsupervised to kill people, and nobody died.
Maybe your gun is a pacifist.
Although I bet you had a nice juicy rabbit jumped in front of it, it'd have shot the fuck out of that.
All across America, survivors of gun violence and those who lost a child, a parent, or a spouse to gun violence are forced to mark such awful anniversaries every single day, Obama said Friday. Yet Congress still hasn't done anything to prevent what happened to them from happening to other families.
Man, I
I would like to say something about this.
would like to listen.
You have the floor, Mo.
My oldest sister was murdered with an unregistered firearm. How will this handle that and keep that from happening again?
It will not.
It will because of reasons. Step 1, ban all guns. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, safety.
And that is the formula for success.
I think that's something fundamentally people don't understand about government. The purpose of a government is not to give you freedom. The purpose of government is not to protect your freedom. The purpose of government, if we're going by Hobbesian philosophy, you give the government your freedom in exchange for safety. And you have to find an appropriate balance of freedom to keep the right amount of safety. Because total freedom would be the freedom for me to, say, walk into these nice men's home and shoot them, and then take their shit. That's total freedom. We don't want that. So you have to balance it with the federal government protecting you just enough to make sure that you can live a happy, productive life without fucking stomping on your neck.
What's that quote from Patrick Henry? The Constitution is not a document for the government to restrain the people, but it is an instrument of the people to restrain the government.
I don't know if that's from that or not.
Like, I've read the Constitution. I've read the Federalist Papers. What we have now is not people trying to twist the Constitution to their ends. What we have is runaway corruption in federal government who is desperate to maintain their own power, so they are warping the Constitution to suit their ends. Like, do you know what how the Electoral College originally worked?
I don't, for one.
The Electoral College originally worked because the states would send their representatives, and the representatives would decide on who would make the best president.
Mhm.
There was no law that said they had to vote a certain way, and it was not tied to the popular vote. Because the Founding Fathers realized that people are fucking stupid, and that a democracy is only as smart as its dumbest member. So you were to elect state officials, the state officials would take the best and brightest among them, and they would pick who runs the country. There's a great quote, I think Plato said it, because we're going back here, Greek philosophy. He said, republics become democracies and democracies become dictatorships. Because that's how it works. You get elected. You elect an official that you think represents you. This works perfectly well so long as no one is too corrupt. Once somebody who's too corrupt gets elected, they begin twisting the laws to support their own faction and to keep themselves in power longer, and then they start taking away the republic aspect to make it a democracy because the mob is the easiest to control. This rant was brought to you by the letter R for rent.
Oh man, takes me back. But yeah, I don't really know.
I was going to say, what do you guys think?
That shit was deep, sir.
Yeah, that it was.
I don't know.
Just think.
I don't think it's going to help, personally. I mean...
Well, I know it's not going to help.
Yeah.
I think before we revamp the gun safety in this nation, what we should do is revamp the mental health care in this nation.
Yeah, I'd say that is definitely a viable choice.
The Aurora the Aurora shooter for fucking the Dark Knight movie. Oh, did you go see the midnight showing? I heard it was killer.
I actually did go to a midnight showing. You know what happened? I wasn't shot. Movie was about an hour and a half too long. God, my ass hurt after that. Uncomfortable theater chair, long ass movie. I wanted to find the guy who directed it and slap the shit out of him.
Yeah, I don't enjoy the theater either. In general.
Yeah, it's like that dude was crazy. That dude still is crazy.
Yeah, that stuff is insane.
I just think if we had a mental health care system that was better built to helping people and actually figuring out when somebody needs help in the first place, might cut down a bit on the crazy fucking gun violence. Oh,
Yeah.
and even though we have so many mass shootings, violent crime has still been on the decline for the last 30 goddamn years. So anybody who tells me video games cause violence can suck a dick.
Yeah, that's bullshit too. We're both PC gamers.
Oh my god, it's only a matter of time before they blow away a school.
I'm offended. I am offended, PC.
Hey, we are cis white oppressors, so it's only a matter of time.
Have you played your Gone Home today, you cis white, sexist, privileged, ableist?
Shit, Lord.
He's
No, but
soundest
really-
because he can make noise with his mouth.
Ableist, some people can't speak.
Oh my god.
OMG.
Oh, I'm up to about halfway through the bottle of rum now. I should probably mention that.
Good stuff. No, I probably should have been. See, I made some homemade alcohol for the New Year's. That's what I had on New Year's.
And you made beer or wine because that is what is legal to make, and you don't want to admit. And you, of course, did not make anything stronger. Is that correct?
Correct. It was wine.
Very good. Wink, wink.
No, it really was though. So it works.
Of course it was. Hey,
We
I
got you,
believe-
buddy. Wink, wink.
Yeah, I believe you totally.
Wink.
Uh,
Citation needed.
we'll just tag on a perpetual allegedly to the rest of the stream.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Allegedly.
Oh,
Quick, change the name of this to the alleged live stream.
nope. Screw it.
I don't believe that this is live. All this is just alleged.
The internet's not real.
No, we recorded this in a Denny's 3 days ago.
My Grand Slam was supposed to come with sausage.
Holy shit. I don't even think I've ever eaten at a Denny's.
I eat at IHOP a lot, and then I realized recently that I've been eating at IHOP once every month or so for several years, and I've been ordering omelets every time.
So,
Like, it may not even be the same omelet every time. I have eaten at the International House of Pancakes, and I haven't eaten a pancake there since, I think, 2008.
well, then you're doing it right.
I like omelets.
I hate
No, that's the thing. I like pancakes. But
Oh,
I'm
by
just... Oh, go ahead.
Mo, I should let you know that your mother says we should come to Vegas. The theaters have recliners and booze.
Well, yeah, the theaters have recliners and booze here in Texas, too. The Alamo Draft House.
Yeah, but you know what else they have well, okay, not in Vegas, but around Vegas? Legalized prostitution. If they would legalize weed, I'd be there. I'd be there so fast it would cause a sonic boom.
Apparently, from what I understand, you just have to pay like a doctor $47, say you get nightmares sometimes, and you can get a prescription for legal weed in Vegas.
Oh, time to start packing.
I've been to Vegas. Actually, Vegas is a lot of fun.
It was interesting when I was there. I went there for a wedding,
Nice.
and yet I still managed to gamble away about $100.
Yeah, money goes fast.
You were oppressed by all of those casinos.
I am. I was shiny light pressed. They are lightists with their shiny lights.
No, you see, they use the shiny objects to bring you in, and then they con you. They take... Oh,
Hey, did you notice all of those casinos run by white men?
Somebody has just tweeted that my favorite part of the stream is House eating the cracker.
That was objectively the best part of the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
Twitter.
Oh my God, I see it. Hey, Andy the Silly. Do you want to come on?
Apparently he's slightly behind, so it might be a few minutes before he responds.
Okay. So send him a tweet directly. Be like, hey, fucker.
I know the chat is usually about 30 seconds behind, so that's a basis for anything.
I don't know. Considering the fact that, like I said, we decided to do this literally minutes before it went live, I think it's going pretty well.
Yeah, not bad. Sorry we're not better prepared and not staying on task, but
Well, again, we came up with this idea literally minutes before it went live. None of us is prepared.
well, it makes me feel a little better then. Trying to. So have you seen the Cenk Uygur tweet? I'm sure you guys have.
Oh, I tend to avoid the Young Turks.
Oh man, they're a bunch of idiots. But I saw it. I was looking in the hashtag here, and I thought it would be entertaining because I saw it was a Tumblr link. See what these crazy people is saying, but no, it was just a Cenk Uygur tweet. It said if Muslims had occupied the building, they'd be dead by now.
Well, yeah, because they would have killed everyone.
Yeah, because they would have went in there and probably blew it up. They would have been dead by their own hand.
Allah!
Allahu snack bar.
You know, I had a weird thought the other day. What if it's not 47 or 72 virgins that they're going to get, but 72 Virginians? Like the founding fathers just come lay down upon them and beat them with tomes of knowledge and stuff.
You know why there are so many Virginians who are founding fathers?
Because Virginia had most of the money?
Because John Adams was a slick pimp motherfucker. John Adams, when he was arguing for revolution, knew that he needed to get the southern states' support, right? So he thought of the bravest, or the only Virginian he knew who could lead the Revolutionary Army, and he recommended George Washington be made commander of the Revolutionary Army. Then they needed somebody to write their declaration, so he nominated Virginian Thomas Jefferson to write the declaration.
Nice.
The dude was brilliant. Oh, I've got some more fun Oregon Under Attack tweets.
Okay.
This is from Henry Apophanius. The American federal government should have sent in a Delta team last night to set dickless, brainless wonder traps. # Oregon Under Attack.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Ooh. And here I was hoping we'd be able to leave the term militia in the years before 2015.
Oh, there we go with the current year / last year. We're on the cusp.
I've been yelling at the TV watching coverage of CNN of Oregon Under Attack. I'm already losing my voice. # send in the National Guard. This is Army Boy 57, whose picture is one of those fuckwits from Team Fortress 2 holding a pony from My Little Pony.
Wow.
Because you know that means they have so much to add to this conversation.
When I see My Little Pony, I think intellectual.
This is Tom Arcaro. Arcaro? Yeah. # white terrorism tolerated. I fail to understand how easily people tolerate double standards. Bunch of twisted minds have # Oregon Under Attack.
Oh, man. It's like they don't realize that every time that a terrorist attacks, usually there's collateral damage and people are dead or injured. There's been nobody dead, injured, and there's been no collateral damage.
And they've straight up said these are peaceful protests. Multiple times.
Yeah. I mean, they're presenting themselves as a peaceful protest. These people are just freaking out because they have firearms.
Well, it is in Oregon at night. I'd want a firearm too. You know, bears.
Right. I remember what you guys were. I don't know if it was a hypothetical story. I think it was. Maybe not. About the bears, that lady that came in and was talking about, I don't like all the guns. It's like, okay, well, if a bear attacks anyone else, I'll shoot it. But if it attacks you, I won't.
Don't think that's something we did, but it sounds great.
No? Oh. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Oh my god, this one's beautiful. This is one of those overweight, white, early 20-something females. White people are really going the distance. White-splaining police response today. # Oregon Under Attack.
White-splaining?
White-splaining. Oh, apparently my mother sent us search hashtag Oregon Standoff 2.
On it.
Has anyone reached at Samuel L. Jackson yet to make sure he's happy that hashtag Oregon Standoff involves white people asking for a friend, hashtag caring?
Here's a great one from the Oregon standoff. I hope all of these Black Lives Matter activists calling the Oregon standoff domestic terrorism realize the implications of that. And it's a bunch of Black Lives Matter protesters standing on top of a trashed cop car.
When they came for the Oregon Rancher, I did nothing because I wasn't an Oregon Rancher. Black Lives Matter is abusing our citizens. Oregon, hashtag Oregon Standoff. I'm going to favorite that. I like that.
Oh, I just saw your mom's tweet there. Hello. Again.
What just happened? I'm confused.
He was saying hello to your mom.
Oh, God. Ah.
Oh, by the way, Andy the Silly says that he's already in a call with a friend and they are content to listen. Wait, does that mean that he's listening to this, like the friend is listening to him listen to that? Because if so, get your friend to listen on his own.
We need views, motherfucker.
Inflate these numbers. Get all your friends to watch. Doesn't matter if they pay attention. Tell them to mute it and just turn it on.
Put it out on your Twitter. If we broke 10 listeners, I would be amazed.
Are you kidding? I was thinking about watching it on my phone and my tablet.
I only have a Kindle Paperwhite, so I can't watch it on my tablet. You know, if my friends talk to me like, why'd you get the Paperwhite? I said, because it has books. Well, don't you want apps? No, I want books. Motherfucker, I read.
Yeah.
I was reminded of that scene. Do you guys watch The Boondocks?
Yeah.
What was it? Where the lawyer neighbor gets possessed by the spirit of Stinkmeaner?
Have you seen that one? I haven't.
Oh, it's great. Uncle Ruckus shows up dressed as the priest from The Exorcist.
Oh, yes.
He busts out a book. Read, nigga! Ah!
That's awesome. I like that show. That show's hilarious.
You know, the guy who does the voice for Uncle Ruckus looks and sounds... It looks like him, too. Like, the Uncle Ruckus character is based on his actual physical appearance.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty awesome. Related to that, you guys... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and he tried to kickstart an Uncle Ruckus movie, but it failed.
Oh.
But you were saying?
Related to the actors looking like their the cartoons looking like their voice actors, is you guys watch Archer?
I do.
You know Cyril?
Cyril Figgis.
Cyril Figgis, yeah. His voice actor looks almost exactly like him too.
Yeah. Pam's is skinnier than Pam is.
Yeah.
Just got to the hashtag Oregon standoff. There's bush light everywhere.
Where's Zyklon Ben when you need him?
I thought it'd be PBR.
Well, they are near Colorado. You'd think they'd be drinking Coors.
Yeah, because they manufacture Bush and Bud in St. Louis.
And they give free tours of the brewery if you're ever in St. Louis, and you can get free beer at the end of it.
Nice.
I'm an alcoholic.
We have 75 kinds of beer. Would you like to try them? Yes.
Which ones would you like to try?
All
Yes.
of them. Yeah. It took us 35 minutes to find the car. Okay, it took us 35 minutes to realize we weren't in the parking lot.
You should have seen the police response. 2 half-naked men on the roof of the Bush building.
He's only half kidding.
True, we weren't half-naked. I'm sorry, I terrible sense of humor.
Yeah, baby. Let's get it on. Hey, I'm the one that brought up gay porn at the beginning of this. It's my own fault.
Okay, I'm going to link this to you guys and get your opinion. This says, breaking new photo just in from Mallor Refuge. Matter of fact, I'll share screen it so everybody can see it. Just a moment. Can everybody see it?
Give me 1 second.
Oh, yeah. I had to see it down there.
That is Sam Hyde, Ben Garrison, and Moonman have all been at the I'm telling you, if you are an ethnic minority, stay away from the Oregon protest, because if Sam Hyde and Ben Garrison don't get you, Moonman will.
Moonman definitely will.
He is probably the most stringent of all of these people.
Have you heard his sick beats?
I have heard his sick beats.
Now that's
Just
some rap music I can get behind.
terrible things.
Oh man, yeah, that shit is hilarious though. It's so terrible, it's hilarious. And that's how things should be. It's clearly a joke.
But no, people don't do jokes. Everybody has to be serious all the time. Don't you know that?
Well, see, I haven't educated myself yet, so I don't. Sorry.
Well, that's because you're a cis white male oppressor.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the necessary means because I'm so saturated with patriarchy.
It's okay.
Patriarchy.
We have a gift for that will help you achieve true femlightenment. Your very own pair of problem glasses.
Oh my goodness! When I look through them, is Oliver Cromwell going to be standing in front of me?
Oh, it's worse than that. You'll see the truth of things. You ever seen that 80s movie, They Live?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, the guy puts on the sunglasses and he can see the hypnotic messages behind media. You're going to see that. Put on the message like, free BMI and blood pressure check today. You look at it, it's like, kill all fat women on site ordered by the medical complex. GameStop is actually Rape Stop!
Oh, that's awesome.
A man's on the street saying good morning to a young woman. Look through the glasses. Suck my dick, you whore! Oh my god, apparently there's a new hashtag.
There's a new one?
Hashtag Y'all-Qaeda.
Oh,
yeah, I see
God.
that.
I think you muted us.
I can hear you.
Oh. Sorry.
I just wasn't giving a shit. No, I'm kidding. I love you. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
No worries.
No, it's hashtag Y'all-Qaeda.
Hashtag y'all kinda. Yeah, I saw that just a few seconds ago. Isn't that just? Oh man, it's getting thicker and thicker by the minute.
Okay, we got some new hashtag Oregon Under Attack tweets. Okay, so if there's now a militia in Oregon, can we please regulate their guns since it's constitutional and patriots? That doesn't make sense.
Right? Oh my goodness, the grammar of these people, the spelling, it kills me too.
And patriots is in quotations.
I saw this shirt the other day. I really need to get it. No, I didn't see it. Actually, Jay saw it, and he showed it to me. But it said, "I'm silently correcting your silently correcting your grammar."
I actually have a book from one of the guys who wrote one of the very first popular blogs. He's a fiction writer, and it's called Your Hate Mail Will Be Graded. And he does. He goes through it like an editor, red pen and everything. It's beautiful.
Somebody has sent us a tweet, and it's supposedly from @POTUS, except if you look real close, the O is actually a 0.
Yeah, the clever little mink.
And it says, breaking, Clive Bundy promises hashtag Oregon Under Attack terrorists 72 versions if they're martyred. Hashtag yokel harem.
Here's another one from Sid's Soapbox. Man, I bet the Crips and Bloods feel really dumb for calling themselves gangs instead of militias. Hashtag Oregon under attack.
Aren't these hashtags priceless though?
Oh, here's another one from another white person. Hashtag Oregon under attack is the last throes of a dying breed, the white majority. They want to keep their status with fear and force. Terrorism. Terrorism is its own sentence. So apparently they're just saying terrorism just for the word. Like we're just supposed to... It's Pavlovian response. I yell terrorism and you two jump. Are you ready? Terrorism!
Ah!
You see? You didn't do it fast enough, though. We'll work on your white privilege.
I'm sorry. How much do I need to grovel?
Just donate $20,000 to the Black Children's Fund.
And don't forget to support our Patreon, which doesn't technically exist yet. Let us set up a Patreon, and then you have to donate to it.
We've talked about starting up a Patreon, I think 12 different times on the podcast. We've never done it.
We're lazy.
That takes effort. I don't need to put on pants.
I believe with making a Patreon, you have to give them lots and lots of information. Social security numbers and things.
Yeah.
So.
How does that song go? Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a fun one from another white guy. Are you ready for this action?
Ready for this action.
Anybody else want to take over a federal building with me? Apparently that's a thing that's allowed now.
Well, people in Oregon are doing it.
Because an empty wildlife refuge building 30 miles away from the nearest town has a lot to do with, the Pentagon. That's a federal building. Go attack there, jackass.
Yeah, see what happens to that.
I want to watch you get anally violated by attack dogs. Actually, I think I've seen that movie.
No, you haven't, because that's illegal in the United States.
Saving Private Park.
Oh, son of a bitch.
What else have we got here? Do these country bumpkin thugs not have jobs? Going to hold out for years? How about contribute to society? Hashtag vanilla ISIS. Hashtag Oregon under attack.
Great, now I want vanilla ice cream.
Have vanilla ice cream. Okay, I have to look up vanilla ISIS. Y'all Qaeda is on the fucking US trends.
Wow. Man, it's so crazy how fast that shit takes hold.
How nice of all their bosses to give them time off from work to become terrorists and FBI to wait till Monday to get there.
They do realize it's Sunday.
It is Sunday. Even every place is closed on Sunday.
Y'all Qaeda enabler is hashtag Donald Trump. Is anybody profiling these Y'all Qaeda guys one by one yet? This needs to happen. Oh, apparently there's a new hashtag as well attached to this. Hashtag, instead of jihadists, it's yeehadists.
I see hashtag waging yeehad.
True fact. Hashtag yeehadists believe that when they die defending their homeland, 72 Vestal strippers named Brandy await them in heaven. How the heck am I supposed to drink my coffee without it going through my nose with Twitter hashtags like Vanilla ISIS and Y'all Qaeda?
Sir, there is no way you can be expected to accomplish that task.
Oh, Texas recently passed a law to make open carry legal.
Oh, yeah, I saw
completely
that.
legal. So people are getting so pissed off about it here that anybody with a gun, if you walk around in public with a gun, like the Twitter mob is immediately labeling you just a fucking serial killer waiting to happen.
Man, yeah, that. Oh man, there's just so much that drives me nuts about them sons of bitches. Can't even go into it. I wouldn't even know where to start. Shit is just mind blowing. Like, how can you even be that stupid?
Whoever came up with Al Qaeda, you are welcome in my house.
The terrorists are allegedly passing the time reenacting hashtag Christina Aguilera, Lil Kim, Maya, and Pink's Lady Marmalade video. Marmalade. Whatever.
Saying these terrorists are militiamen invoking their Second Amendment is like lying under oath and claiming it's freedom of speech. Hashtag Al Qaeda.
Oh, Twitter. Twitter. I want to leak Twitter.
Al Qaeda now wants to institute Sharia law.
That's actually a pretty good one.
Al Qaeda says if it's only through the armed takeover of enough buildings can we have freedom. So it says bye-bye GOP, and they put a picture of some ridiculously fat straw man with an I Heart the NRA hat, a Don't Tread on Me t-shirt, and a M16 with the solution written on it. It says, government is the problem. Because, you know, straw man comics. That just proves you're right.
Of course it does. All you have to do is shout fallacy and you win.
Well, you win if you can get people to agree with you or you're a person of color. Because if we were to yell fallacy as straight white men, then we would be wrong.
So if you're in Al Qaeda and you get martyred, does that mean you get 72 cousins in heaven? I like that. That's fucked up, but I like it.
Yeah, that one.
Every successful revolution starts with the takeover of closed visitor centers with gift shops. Hashtag Al Qaeda. Hashtag Al Qaeda. White supremacy roots runs deep in the U.S. The hypocrisy is unbearable and repugnant. So says Rodan Hassan.
Rodan Hassan.
Yep.
I bet he's white as the driven snow.
Let's see if he has any pictures. I love the internet. Oh my god, he's retweeting shit out from that the fake fucking Sam Hyde account is posting. As he's talking about how radical, to give you an idea of how radical the racist white men behind Oregon under attack are, this is from their leader. And it's a picture of the fake fucking Sam Hyde tweet that says, "Get out of my country, you fucking goat fuck, you disgusting goat fucking Mohammedan."
That's beautiful. I love it when they target the trolls, man. They target the memes. Memes are impervious.
The memes are more powerful than they can possibly imagine.
Meme magic has wide influence.
Wow, this is really making me sympathetic to the plight of Oregonian ranchers who burn our federal lands to conceal deer poaching. Why would you burn 130 acres to conceal deer poaching?
Exactly. I was thinking that too earlier when you guys said that. It seems like extremely overboard.
That's just a little bit of overkill.
But that's the same as, you know, claiming that Benghazi was triggered by a YouTube video.
You mean it wasn't?
Well, I don't know. Was it? You think it was?
No.
Best solution for Al Qaeda. Ooh, yeah. This is the glorious hypocrisy of these social justice warriors. Best solution for Al Qaeda. Don't give them a Ruby Ridge Waco-style martyrdom. Lay siege and starve them out instead. Nothing in or out. Because advocating for the murder of peaceful protests is what Democrats do.
Wow. That's one thing that blows my mind about that. They scream racism, scream sexism, scream oppression, but when given reign over what they want to do, that's all they're fucking doing is being racist, being sexist, and trying to oppress people. Throws my mind for a loop.
Somebody else posted the U.S. Code of Law's definition of sedition, with the standards of which are met by the Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda. And that's just great, because, man, there's so many hillbillies around here. I could just hear You can just hear it in my brain. Y'all kinda.
And somebody responded to them, "You misspelled terrorists. Also look up the legal definition of sedition." So much for well-regulated, A. White privilege doesn't make you tax-exempt. Hashtag Al-Qaeda. Do these people just not know why the people in Oregon are protesting?
They probably don't. They just heard that there's people, they have firearms, I need to complain about this and make shit up.
They have big scary guns. I don't want them to have the big scary guns because they will come and hurt me.
People have this idea that the world is supposed to be safe.
No,
It's like-
it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Get a helmet.
Yeah.
Fucking Hobbes himself referred to life as nasty, brutish, and short.
Yeah, I mean, you got to watch your own own ass and your people's ass, and that's it. You don't. I mean, when it comes to trying to police the way people act, you know.
I love whites explaining why an armed group taking over a federal building isn't really terrorism. Your privilege is showing.
It's not terror because there's no one there.
Who are they terrifying? The local deer population.
There's a tweet here. It's by Jesus GZUS Agent 007. Feds preparing multi-agency action in Oregon. Patriot militia willing to kill and be killed. It says. And then it's Freedom Outpost. Freedom Outpost? I guess that's what it's called. Freedom Outpost. Okay. I'm mildly retarded.
This guy's trying to start another hashtag. Hashtag HezBubba.
That's not as good.
It's really not.
I didn't like Jihadist that much either. Al-Qaeda was at least amusing.
Yeah, that one was a little funny.
In other news, Peyton Manning led the Broncos to a victory with an 80-yard touchdown.
Hey, I was watching some football earlier. I was watching Colts and crap. What was it? Who were they playing against? Tennessee Titans. That's it. I'm pretty sure the Colts won that one. Apparently they have a new player the Titans have a new player that has been doing really good lately that they just got from the Colts. Now was playing against them today. Well, that was kind of interesting.
They don't know what Oregon is about, and they don't care. They just want to warp everything to their own viewpoint.
And of course, there's always the factor of their virtue signaling. You know, got to make sure everybody knows that they're good people.
Look how not racist I am.
I'm good. Yeah,
Look how not racist I am. Hey, have you seen how not racist I am? Because I'm pretty not racist.
I'm also not sexist. It looks like this Freedom Outpost thing is kind of not spinning it. I don't know. Could be spinning it the other direction, but I guess we could see. It started as a peaceful protest in Bern, Oregon, over the imprisonment of two ranchers who lit fires on federal land to curb the growth of invasive species and reduce the risk of wildfires on their property, has turned into an armed standoff pitting the federal government against armed patriot militiamen, but maybe they're not. Joining the Bern protests were Armand and Ryan Bundy. We've heard all this before. Never mind. Oh, no, I guess I can. I'll send you guys this link here.
Do it.
You guys are way better at reading things than I am, anyways. Oh, look at that.
Dank memes.
Oh, that's great. I just saw it at the last second.
Oh, there were two more. It was, you were born too late, you'll never explore the Earth. It feels bad, man. You were born too early, you'll never explore the galaxy. Feels bad, man. You were born just in time to fight in the upcoming race war. Feels great, man.
Yeah, I missed the first two. That's all the
Okay.
last one there.
So according to the Oregon Trail, the Al-Qaeda should lose at least half its men by dysentery by sundown.
Oh man, I love Oregon Trail. That was such a great game. It sucked balls. I loved it. Huge contradiction, but I love it anyway.
Feds preparing multi-agency action in Oregon as Patriot Militia says they are willing to kill and be killed. Aren't you excited?
I am, for one.
I don't remember them saying that they are willing to kill and be killed in this whole situation.
No,
That's the first time I'm hearing it.
they said they were willing to defend themselves.
Yeah, well, you know what? Defending themselves could mean anything. You know, stop. Please don't do this to me. Is technically considered defending yourself in some areas. So is pepper spray or kneeing someone in the crotch. You can defend yourself with less than lethal force. No. They're just going to start spraying everything with AR-16 rifles, and they've got miniguns and small thermonuclear devices that they're going to be using on people. Get bent.
Yeah.
I have a sudden urge to go through my list of Trump photos.
Being unstumpable. Oh, I love the Trump memes, man. They're just magic. So beautiful.
Trump 2016. Fuck your feelings.
Somebody needs to Photoshop Trump's face onto Goku in Super Saiyan form.
Yes, that needs to happen, especially with the one that's on screen right now.
I love this picture. I'm sorry. Just something about it. It just makes me happy.
To steal a line from Harmful Opinions, power is increasing. Every time somebody tries to punch him down, it just gets more powerful.
That which does not kill him only makes him stronger, and his hairpiece looks slightly sillier.
It's Immortan Trump.
The Bane.
And you knew the weeaboos would get to Trump eventually.
Oh yes, it's inevitable. I mean, you go on almost.
That one's great.
Oh.
Trump can't be a wizard. He has children.
Yes, wizards are infertile, aren't they?
No, wizards don't have sex until they're 30, and then their wizard powers unlock. Hey, it's a thing. You can Google it.
Google, here I come. Oh, I got no.
The genius machine.
The Immaculate Birther. I try to live a life where I don't have to ask God for forgiveness. Why do I have to repent? Why do I have to ask for forgiveness if you're not making mistakes? That's unstumpable right there.
That is.
That grammar, though. Why do I have to repent? Why do I have to do this if you're not making mistakes?
I would find it hilarious if Trump showed up in this outfit to one of his debates.
That'd be great.
You know, that actually may get me to vote for him.
God damn it, weeaboos.
Trump rump. That's good stuff.
I think we're just going to keep this as the background for the live stream for the rest of the time.
Well, that's not... People are going to accuse us of doing a bait and switch. We came to hear about Oregon under attack, and all that was a picture of some girl's ass with Trump
Okay.
rump on it.
Well, this is what people think the hashtag Oregon under attack comes to.
Yeah,
This one's actually Japanese.
Nice. Did you see that where Putin was saying that he would enjoy working with Trump?
Yes, and then Trump earlier than that was like, I think I would get along with Putin.
Yeah.
So yeah, CNN hates Donald Trump, right?
Wow. 239 times in 24 hours. That's a lot.
Yay, any publicity's good publicity.
Yeah, that's probably where all of CNN's ratings come from because they keep airing Trump.
Probably.
Donald Trump, Minority Report.
Minority Report. He sees the future. The wall stops the crime.
Oh yeah, it does say deport, doesn't it? Donald Trump, making America great again.
Oh. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that earlier, I think.
I see these and I go, I must save these. And they're in their own segregated folders so they don't pollute my my image folders.
I mean, the Trump memes require their own folder to house all of that power.
Are you kidding? I've seen the stuff that he keeps in his image folders. I'm afraid that they would hurt the Trump memes. Jeez.
Maybe I had the wrong idea about his image folder.
I've
Well,
got
let's
some
put it-
fucked up shit, yeah.
Whoops.
Well, let's put it this way. Not only when he dies am I supposed to, take care to clean off his hard drive, I'm supposed to melt the computer down with a blowtorch.
Well, you forgot the section that also says bury it and then salt the earth where it's buried so nothing can ever grow there again.
I was getting there.
He was pausing for dramatic effect.
Exactly.
This is a real picture.
Yes. Man, there are so many things that he said so many years ago that are just beautiful now. He's talking about if he'd become president and all that. I don't remember exactly what they were, but they were hilarious.
I think Donald Trump should take the lion as his symbol because it has a big Ponzi hairdo.
Yeah.
That would be very fitting. It'd capture the essence.
Didn't you see the picture where they had a lion next to Donald Trump? They both had the funky hair.
So the Chinese, great people, by the way, great people. But they tried to hack me. Do I need to get my IT guy? No, this is too easy. I called Bush. He's a good friend of mine. I said, give me that thing you used to fix in Iran, Stuxnet. And I contributed to his campaign, so he gave it to me. Of course he gave it to me. I changed a few lines here and there. I've got an MBA, Yeah, I'm smart. I call my friends in China, get an email address from the IP, easy stuff. I'm friends with everybody over there. I sent an email to the shift supervisor with a picture of my wife, who's going to be a beautiful first lady, and I attached a file, virus.exe. They don't really know English, This is how President Trump responds to cybercrime.
Oh man, yeah. It makes me not want him to win when I hear him talk, but when I hear him talked about, it makes me want him to win again.
This was an actual picture for a photo op he did for Vanity Fair.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that. I heard about that, and I just look at that face though. Wouldn't that? It's all puckered up. Looks like he's scared shitless of that eagle.
That's because he's a human Muppet.
Look at that thumbs up though. That's half-assed as hell. Sorry, I could still see the thing on the other screen over here. Nice. I like that one.
The wall.
The
Makes it
wall.
look like a freaking manga. That's wonderful. I love it.
Trumpé.
It's Santa Trump.
Okay, guys. I think we've gotten to the point where we're running out of stuff to say on just about any topic because we're just looking at Trump memes now.
Yeah,
that's
it is.
Well, let me check the Twitter feed, see if anybody else has said anything crazy that we need to punch out.
Yeah, this is really it's disintegrated into meme
My-
viewing.
That's my apologies. I get distracted easily.
It's all right. This is our first time really live streaming, so it's kind of nerve-wracking. So that's why we're just not as talkative as we might be in the future.
Oregon militiamen are willing. No, that's the 72 Cousins joke. While everyone's making fun of Al-Qaeda, I'd just like to point out that those poor birds in the sanctuary are undoubtedly terrified. Oh, here's a fun one. I'm sick of right-wing seditionists squatting on land that isn't theirs and threatening to shoot anyone who points it out.
Have they threatened to shoot anybody?
In fact, they have not.
Haven't they made it a point to say that they're not going to shoot anyone?
Yeah, they've gone out of their way to say that this is a peaceful protest.
And that they won't do anything unless the federal government moved in to attack them.
And, considering the federal government's track record on breaking up peaceful protests, that may be a smart thing to say.
Ooh, I've got a fun one right here. You fucking clench your buttholes for this. It comes from the quality news reporting of Search for Swag.
That sounds like a news source I can trust.
It's more rum for me. Oh, that's some shit. I highly recommend Tropic Isle Palms Barbados rum.
I'll give it a shot.
High quality battery acid.
It's fantastic. I guess he means when, but it's we the feds arrive. I want to see how many Al-Qaeda hold their hands up. From Ferguson with love.
I found one that's kind of nice, and it kind of fades off your theme there, talking about buttholes. It says, send all bran and high fiber snacks to keep them well regulated. Oregon under attack. Keep your bowels open.
It's amazing how much stuff comes back to the butt.
I know, right?
We did a whole podcast on butt songs.
Which you can find on our SoundCloud page, Douche Canoe Studio.
Nice.
Yep.
My for that. Hey, so you
Plug.
have more stuff on your SoundCloud page than on your YouTube channel?
Oh
Yes,
my
we do.
God, yes. Check out the SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/douchecanoe-studio, and there's 93 tracks on it.
Awesome. We'll have to check that out for sure.
Yeah, the reason everything hasn't made the transition over to YouTube is because House is running this on a potato, and transferring everything over would be difficult.
Well, okay. The computer that I have right now, that I do everything on, I built as a mid-range gaming PC 8 years ago.
Been there, done that.
So when I'm compiling video and stuff, the hard drive pan sounds like it's going to fly off and go through the side of the case.
Oh, the episode of the podcast about butt songs is called Butts. And the picture, it says how to make your butt bigger.
Sounds great. That's aptly named.
But yeah, we have, God, I think we're coming up on 100 hours worth of content on there.
Wow. Nice. Really, I'm surprised, with the kind of content you guys cover, I'm really surprised you guys don't have more subscribers,
Well, we're spread out. We get some people we've got 38 followers on SoundCloud. We've got 700 some odd followers on Twitter. We've got 200 some odd followers on Facebook. And then there's Stitcher and iTunes, which don't give us aggregate statistics.
Oh, well, that's nice then.
And we do all this for free. Like, we're not begging. I'm waiting to get famous before we start begging for money.
Right. You can satisfy your fame horniness on a small scale until you're big enough to shill yourselves.
Exactly. And so you can go to any of this stuff, download it for free, listen to it for free. We don't give a shit so long as you do it. And so House can go, hey, we got like 100 more views. And I'll be like, oh my God, yes, orgasm.
Are you kidding? I've got pictures of our SoundCloud statistics from when we uploaded PDC and Mr. Medicare, and it broke 1,000 plays.
Oh man, I bet you were pretty excited about that one, huh?
We shat a brick.
I actually had to turn the computer off and walk away because it was freaking me out.
That's awesome though.
Like, we want fame, we have no idea how we can handle it.
Yeah, I've always thought about too. How would you handle that? That constant flow of messages that I'm sure that people who have thousands and thousands of subscribers get.
We'd just be ignoring it, probably.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between us and those people. We don't give a shit.
Very good
Okay.
distinction.
Like Mr. Medicare, he tries to answer people, and he's like a nice person. House and I would make a 30-minute video with the ultimate goal of just telling people to fuck off.
Look, we appreciate that you like our content, but we're not going to talk to you on social media all the time. Sorry.
How about you send
Buy
us
a
money?
fucking helmet.
Let that be a disclaimer to all future viewers.
Can I have a pony?
We were discussing the other day about starting a GoFundMe to improve the quality of the podcast, and if we reached $100,000, we'd buy a house so that we could be in the same room when we podcasted.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, so it would actually up sound quality. It'd be like, GoFundMe, $100,000. House and I will actually live
In a
together. Yeah. House and I will live in a house so that we can produce the podcast in the same place. So there's
Wait.
not 3,000 miles and fucking... We don't have to do the podcast over Skype.
18-hour drive, man. 18-hour drive.
Ouch.
And a third of that is Texas.
Yeah.
I live in the perfect part of Texas that is you can literally, and I say literally because I do mean this literally, you can drive for 4 hours in any direction and still be in Texas. Although if you drive 5 hours to the southeast, you're in the Gulf of Mexico. But only by like 200 feet. Because it's still fucking Texas.
Texas sounds fucking huge. Compared to our tiny little shit stain of a state.
Yeah.
Oh, not
Hey.
completely tiny. Rhode Island's a lot smaller than us, but
Indiana is not a small state, it's just a narrow state. I'm sure if you were driving from the southern tip to the northern tip, it'd take a lot fucking longer.
Yeah.
that's true.
It's length, not girth.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, girth isn't important as long as you got the length right.
You can touch bottom. That's all that matters, man.
Yeah. Definitely a family program.
Let's not get into how Indiana's rubbing tips with Ohio. What was that one thread you used to see on the old chans back in the day? It's like, hey everyone, you're in Ohio. Haha, you're stuck in Ohio.
Yeah, I think I the first few boards that I started to browse were I think the only ones that I spent most of my time on 4chan a long time ago, back before it got sold off and all that.
Yeah, I am an old fag as well.
Yeah. It got so summer in there.
Back before Moodle sold you out.
Yeah, no shit. That was terrible. But, I mean, he wasn't making any money on it. I mean, I can't blame him for selling it. But, jeez. To that guy?
Ooh, Reuters has officially released their article about what's going on in Oregon.
Oh, nice.
Let's hear their take on it.
A group of self-styled militiamen occupied the headquarters of a U.S. wildlife refuge in eastern Oregon to protest the imminent jailing of 2 ranchers in the latest skirmish over federal land management in the West. Holy shit, it didn't call them terrorists? It didn't say they were there trying to kill people.
Yeah, it was like the most accurate articles thus far.
It's like somebody was actually being somewhat objective.
And it didn't mention that most of them are white.
Yeah, it's almost like the race of the people that are gathering doesn't matter.
We're due to be sent back to prison on Monday. The ranch borders the southern... Okay, here's something I didn't know. The ranch of the guys who burned the place, who burned all that land, borders on the southern edge of the refuge, a bird sanctuary in the arid high desert of the eastern part of the state. The protests, blah, 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 blah. The agency sought to see, blah, blah, blah. Federal and state authorities have not said how they plan to respond to the occupation in Oregon.
You cut out there for a second, Mon.
Oh, sorry. Federal and state authorities have not said how they plan to respond to the occupation of the refuge's headquarters in Princeton, Oregon.
Well, at least they called it an occupation and not a takeover, because they are occupying the building. They're there.
No, you don't understand. It's a takeover with the Nazis and the Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda.
It's interesting that they tell us that the land that was burned, did border the wildlife refuge there and close to a bird sanctuary. I mean, that might be part of the reason why they were so coming down onto the guys.
Well-
Maybe they actually endangered that wildlife within that area. That could be, a federal offense
But they
there,
didn't. But then they should have used that as the reason for punishing them and not claiming they were using it to conceal poaching.
Yeah, exactly. They
What
should've
were they
come out-
poaching? Yellow-breasted titbirds? Hey, I've caught another finch. 12 more and we'll have a stew.
I think this is just them trying to misconstrue it a little bit. They were there poaching those animals, and then they did it with fire.
Hey, when you find them, they're already cooked.
That's right.
There you go. It is the people's facility owned by the people, Bundy said. It has been provided for us to be able to come together and unite and make a hard stand against this overreach, this taking of people's land and resources. Bundy told CNN that some of the occupiers were armed. What else have we got here? The Hammonds, yeah, they said it wasn't their fault. Bundy apparently told a news conference on Sunday he had yet to communicate with any law enforcement officials. He said occupiers planned no violence unless that was justified by actions taken against the occupants. Okay, I gotta give props to Reuters. They're actually, being honest. I know it has to be hard for them.
Yeah, because they're gonna get so much shit for this probably.
He encouraged anyone opposed to overreach by the government and the management of federal lands to join in the occupation of the refuge. For those who that understand what's going on, those who want to and feel a need to stand, we're asking them to come. We have a facility that we can house them in. We will continue to monitor the situation for additional developments. And one of the cops did not return a phone call seeking further details, and no one answered a call to the phone number of the refuge. Yeah, because the feds have probably turned it off.
Mo, could you post a link to that article on Twitter?
Certainly, because I am your friend.
I just retweeted something to you too. Pretty good meme if you want to share it on the screen. I'm a noob when it comes to the Hangout, so I don't know how to do that. Thought it was pretty good.
I just post this. Bam. And let me go to notifications so I can see your guys' tweet.
These Oregon guys are done when the birds decide to fight back with their own militia.
Yeah, didn't they have a movie about that in the 50s?
The birds.
Yeah,
Yes, the birds.
Who was that? Who was the director of that? It's like
Alfred
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock.
Albert Hitchcock. There you go. Sorry, I about said Steven Spielberg. Yeah.
Or as I like to call him, tie penis.
Yeah, that movie it's all right for its time, I suppose, with the birds and all that stuff. But yeah, it's bad to the point of funny.
You know how he got the actress to give such realistic screams?
Did he pinch him on the butt?
He waited until she wasn't looking and threw live birds into her hair.
Oh.
Is that true, or are you making that up?
That is true. Hitchcock was an ass.
There was a lady that, a friend of the family type. She used to love that movie. She let my little sister watch it, and now both her and my little sister just have a phobia of birds because of that movie.
Okay, Mo. Let's show the picture.
I will in just a moment. Oh, I shared it on our Twitter with just the words "disturbingly accurate."
Yeah, put it up on screen so that the
I'm
four
working on it.
watch- Yeah, well, if I don't keep you under control, man, gotta stick my hand up your ass, work you like a puppet. Jesus Christ.
Ferguson, peaceful protest. Baltimore, peaceful protest. Oregon, terrorists.
Thought that
about
was,
right.
I thought that was pretty accurate too.
I'm going to leave this up for a bit. Hey, do you guys have anything you want to shill?
I don't know. What do you think, sir? We've got a Twitter if people want to follow us too. We're gonna try and start doing videos on our channel if you guys want to, check that out. We're into different technology stuff. We dick around with computers and
They're fucking nerds.
Oh yeah,
essentially. But we might do some stuff about that. Maybe some stuff like this as well. Some more stuff like this with current events and kind of along the style of you guys. Kind of a copycat, going over some funny news stories and talking shit about them sometimes.
That's funny because we were motivated to start this by another podcast.
Oh really?
Apparently, podcasts are self-perpetuating organisms.
Right.
That's awesome.
They just perpetuate themselves. So it's efficient.
Well, it was a combination of me getting into a really heavy podcast phase, and then a friend of ours, well, a guy who used to be a friend of ours, just being the worst sort of asshole.
Yeah, Douche Canoe Zero.
Yeah, watch the first 2 episodes of the podcast on SoundCloud. They're the ones at the very bottom. Douche Canoe Zero and Douche Canoe Zero Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
And we cover that guy in detail and how he is such a tremendous piece of shit.
Yeah, we'll definitely check out your stuff on SoundCloud. I put my phone in my pocket and listen to stuff all the time, so that'll.
Oh yeah, we've got movie reviews, we've got the Douche Canoes of History thing, we've got our special episodes where we just pick a topic and go, you know what? Fuck this, fuck you, fuck that guy, burn this whole place to the ground, we're out.
In short, you know what really grinds my gears?
But you know what, guys? We've been at this for a while.
Yeah, it's true.
Several hours, in fact.
Well, we appreciate you guys having us on. It was fun and
Definitely fun.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it, Mo, if you want to give everybody our contact information in case they want to get a hold of us.
All right. You guys, give your quick names really quick.
I'm Zach,
I'm James.
and we're Sticky Change. Just the words sticky and change.
All right,
And,
so if you...
Twitter is sticky_change, I believe.
There you go. If you want to give these guys a message or check out the stuff they're into, I definitely highly recommend that. They seem like 2 reasonably intelligent blokes. Sure, they let me talk over them, but really, who doesn't?
Well, you're the host of the stream, so it's only polite.
Yeah, if you ever want to have us on again, I mean, just whatever. We watch for live streams all the time. Next time we see you live, we'll hit you up.
Cool.
At least come in and watch if you don't want guests.
Yeah, true. At least know that we will be one of those watchers.
Yeah.
You can say
Yay!
hi.
The anonymous faces in the audience.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe you can enable the chat next time.
Well, now that I know that Mo is going to want to do this more often, I will actually, look up at how to do this crap.
It was
All right.
easier than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, it's not too. I've never used Hangouts before. I've used the YouTube live stream thing. That's it. It wasn't too bad. So yeah.
All right, now I gotta do the blurb.
Alrighty.
If you'd like to send some information on an article you'd like to do, you can do so at douchecanoestudio@gmail.com. Make sure to also favorite us on Facebook and Twitter. That's Douche Canoe Studio and at Douche Canoe HM, respectively. If you'd like to download for free any of the dozens of hours of content we have available, you can do so through SoundCloud, Stitcher, and iTunes through the Douche Canoe Studio label. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Douche Canoe Studio, for unique content not available on our other platforms.
Oh, wow. So bringing our last live stream to an end. I'm House.
You mean our first live stream?
Yeah, our first live stream. Hey, it's live. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Oh,
Doing it live.
I just thought of this. One last note. The
Fuck
person
it.
who made the graphic that we use, that Beavis and Butthead modern lookalike, whoever made that graphic, you are a genius, and I hope you're okay with us using it. Whoever you are, send us a message and we will credit you with everything that we post or something.
See, I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
using a
awesome.
picture from one of those Japanese cartoons that hasn't come stateside yet.
Nice. I noticed Anime Avatar.
Well, it was something else. I had to change it to be able to make a YouTube thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway.
That sounds interesting. Well, guys, thanks for having us on. It was tons of fun. We hope to talk to you again sometime soon.
Yeah, no problem. Maybe we'll have you on paddling the douche canoe sometime.
Oh, that'll be fun. I have to link up for it at some time.
All right.
We'll be a little bit better prepared. Whoops, sorry about that.
It's all right.
All right, guys. Well, we'll catch you some other time.
All right.
Peace out.
Later.
Later.